Hello. We're gonna do it! Oh baby, oh baby. Oh no, that's all the way off. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what's up? Welcome everybody. We're gonna be doing it yet again. Danganronpa. Lapse this time around, guys. We're gonna be doing chapter 2, the trial, and whole chapter, I guess. I don't know if it's the full chapter or not. Nice hoodie, thank you. Hold up. I mean, hold up. Hold up! Oh, is that Mana? Is that D-Rock becoming a member? Yo! Well, I gotta turn this down. Boop, 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 boop. I saw that! He's become one with true hope. Welcome, D-Rock. I really appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome everybody. Enjoy the emotes, by the way. You're probably like one of the few people that have emotes, but we're gonna be doing it, y'all. I have everything set up. We should be good. I have the game in the background right now. Before we start though, thank you guys for supporting me. I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you to all of you. Donations, viewing, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're here right now, you're contributing no matter what you do. If it's donations, if it's not donations, if it's just you watching, if you're here at this stream, you're helping me out in some way. So if y'all could drop a like, I truly appreciate that. But I'm excited to be playing this yet again. There's a couple things I need to drop real quick before we get into this stream. One is Cynthia, the developer of this game. Go ahead and check out all of her links. They're all in the description. She wanted me to tell you guys, check out her coffee link. You can actually buy her a coffee if you want to support her. She makes no money off of this game. It is a non-profit game. And if you want to just help her out and buy her a coffee, you know, tip her. I actually tipped her over there. Let's go ahead and pop that up on the screen, you know. Let's see. I think it was on Twitter. But if you guys want to help her over there, but she was really nice. She said some really nice things on Twitter. Just to go ahead and summarize, she said she really enjoyed the reactions to a lot of the Zero Escape references that I did. She's a huge fan of the Zero Escape series, as we kind of already gathered. And she was saying that she really liked the little review break that we did. She liked all of the things that you guys were saying about her game. She truly appreciates it. She said she might be at this live stream, but I don't know if I see her in the chat. Who is the thickest character in this game? I don't know. Let's get back into the game and I'll tell you. Pandora Cross Tal is a better ship for real. But let me drop her coffee link in the chat. Are you gonna join our Discord? Yeah, you guys never sent me an invite. I sent you guys my Discord, and nobody ever dropped an invite. You said that you would join last stream, and we were all embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. I want to be in it. Art Cross Golf Club. Art hates golf, though. Maybe he should have became an art major instead. The ultimate artist. Coffee where? You can buy Cynthia coffee. I bought her a coffee, a $3 coffee, so she could go to Starbucks. I don't know. I've never actually been on this coffee thing. I just wanted to help her out. If you help her out and you get her a coffee, she actually has like a Danganronpa Lapse wallpaper that you can get for your phone. I actually put it on my phone. I like it. You guys probably can't really see it, but it's pretty. Oop. It's pretty. All right, with that being said, let's jump into this. But coffee isn't money? True. There aren't any buff or thick characters, so literally anyone can die in chapter 4. What? You got a point. I kind of see it. I know, Roku. It's hard to see. But thank you guys for coming. We are going to start this up right now. I got the game up. Let's transition all this good stuff. This should be it. Yeah, we already got the game up and stuff. We're good. Persona music, go away. Shit, I forgot to play this. That's fine, because now you're here and you can play it with us and enjoy it with us, my children, because we're gonna jump into this game.
Danganronpa.
That's loud. Where was I last time? Was I on top of the screen? Was I up here? I might have been. What zodiac sign are you? I am an Aries. That's zodiac, right? Turn this down. I'm petting a dog. I want a dog to pet. All right, guys, this is it. Chapter 2. Danganronpa Lapse. We're gonna be doing it yet again. Let's move all of this good stuff out of my way. I knew you were part of the club. Welcome. Oh, that's the Greek god of war, Blaze. My bad. What zodiac sign am I then? I'm April 2nd. That's my birthday. I'm an Aries too, Blaze. Aries, we are the definitive race. We are the perfect people. You can't touch an Aries. I feel like I'm in a different room where music is playing. All right. So, before we start, one clap for Cynthia, please. Thank you, Cynthia. You're awesome. I appreciate it. You're an amazing human being. We're gonna do it yet again. Danganronpa Lapse. Let's start. Ooh. It's all fancy. First live stream. Whoop. Welcome. Whoop whoop. Darkness. A deep, sinking darkness filled every surface of space, drifting in haunting black sea. Thump. Thump. A thumping echoed through the void, pounding the air with sound. Thump. Thump. A thumping echoed. Echoed. Wait, like an echo? Oh, I get it. Echo. 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 Ouch. I opened my eyes as a swift and sharp pain struck my face. Hey, what the hell? Missy was standing over me, with her hand posed in a way that suggested that she was the one who had firmly woken me up. Hi, Missy. We missed you. I'm sorry, Echo, but I had to wake you up. I shook you, but you didn't react, so. I blinked several times as I rubbed my left cheek, my vision adjusting to the surroundings. It seems I was in either Missy or Ashley's personal room. Oh, okay. I sat up in the bed to see Ashley sitting at the foot of the bed, just in front of me. Missy was on my left, in a spare chair. Ashley? Missy, what happened? Well, for starters, it's about 9:15 p.m. You seem to have passed out after the trial earlier this evening. Ashley and I were concerned, so we've been monitoring you to make sure you were safe. Oh, aren't you guys just great friends? However, I was worried. You stopped breathing in your sleep. I stopped breathing? I can't have you leaving us so shortly after we lost our other two friends. Rest in peace. Can we get some F's in the chat for Pandora? Because we're gonna miss her, guys. I'm so sad. I hope that your newfound title of Ultimate Memory does not begin to fail you so soon. I forgot, we got our title, so we are the Ultimate Memory, so we remember everything. Oh, the F's. The F's, I'm sorry. It really sucks that she's gone. I'm gonna miss her. Ultimate Memory. Echo Pine, Ultimate Memory. I guess I couldn't be the ultimate memory, because how did I forget that, right? That's right. Just the other day I thought I was an ordinary student with no extreme talents or skills. And yet, in the courtroom, a revelation came to light and I was given the unique title of Ultimate Memory. Serg, what's up? Welcome. But whatever that entailed, I wasn't too thrilled. Because despite that revelation, it wasn't the strangest thing to occur. Pandora and Art? There. Oh! I bit back my words in tears. It was hard to swallow. Throughout the trial, many of us struggled to find footing in the discussions, as none of us wanted to believe any of it. The murder. And following it, the execution. The three of us sat in silence, haunted by the dark happenings of the courtroom. I looked solemnly at the other two. Missy and Ashley's faces told all, a tapestry of remorse and distress. And looking beyond Ashley, I saw something bright sitting on a cabinet in the corner of her personal room. What's up, Soul Guardian? What up? Welcome. It was a helmet. I didn't know she was part of Akira or Tron or Speed Racer. Ash? What is it, Echo? That helmet over there. When we first met up, I remember you saying you didn't have any personal possessions, but... Ah! I didn't want to bring it up. Ashley's face sunk. But I'm sure you remember what I told you the other day as well. I nodded gently and saw Ashley sigh deeply. Aw. Missy was quiet, politely listening. I got in a fight with my friend, the ultimate race car driver. His name is Silva Prower. That fight was about the very first preservation project we're involved in now. It was so stupid. When I heard my friends' homes collapse into the earth, about how their lives and loved ones were lost beneath the fissure of debris, I began to worry. Literally, the world ended. I was scared for myself and for Silva. But when one door closes, another door opens, and an opportunity showed up. Given our respective talents, the preservation project extended their hand for our protection. The letter I received from them detailed they would provide shelter for ultimate students in order to protect them for humanity's future. I talked to Silva about it, saying we should take advantage of the opportunity for safety that group gave us. That's our ultimate talents have entitled us to. Silva disagreed. He didn't want to put stock in some aloof, unknown group that only passes its information down the grapevine among other ultimates. And he was right, technically, right? He dismissed my letter, much like he did his own some months prior. I mean, I would have been Silva in that situation. Like, literally, he was kind of right. The preservation project isn't good. We're dying in the preservation project. Unless this isn't the true preservation project. The helmet belongs to the ultimate race car driver, Ashley's friends, not to spoil though. Oh no, yeah, they just said it. Silva didn't want to trust anything he couldn't see with his own eyes. I argued back, saying we've earned this chance. Our talents gave us a lease on a new life, away from potential danger. But he was vehemently against the idea and stopped talking to me. And I signed him up anyway. What? That's what? And look at where we're at now. Exactly. You signed your own friend up to his death. And I suppose he was right about not trusting the group. Yeah, he was. Ashley began to tear up and buried her head in her hands. I'm such an idiot. Yes, you are. Her voice trembled. Ashley, you're not an idiot for caring about a friend's well-being. True. I mean, kinda. He didn't want that, though. Like, if your friend tells you that, hey, I don't want to do this, you don't force them into doing it, no matter how much you do believe that their well-being is impacted. This is why consent is important. Exactly. I was foolish for thinking the killing game would go away if I removed Echo from being involved my troubles. Being involved with ultimate students only leads to ultimate levels of trouble. I'm so sorry, Echo, but I was wrong for thinking I should shoulder tragedy on my own. Ashley looked at me with pleading eyes. They were filled deep with sorrow and regret. Now, more than ever, we need to stick together. She grasped my hand firmly, but her own hands were shaking from fear. It was only natural. The fear. Two of our friends. Bring her back! No! Okay, Art. I did like Art. He was cool. But Pandora? I want her back. I felt a tear fall from my face onto the back of Ashley's hand. Missy's voice slipped in. Why don't we get something from the dining hall to unwind? Everyone seems rather tense, and I think taking a beat could help us distress. I guess. How could you think of getting a snack at a time like this? I heard my voice cry in desperation. Pandora and Art's lives have been taken away. I'm sorry, but I don't think we're of sound mind right now. That's right. We shouldn't waste time doing nothing. Then what would you suggest we do? We need to escape. Duh. Missy, you're the ultimate tactician. I'm begging you. Come up with something. Anything. Any sort of plan to get us out of here. What's the point of ultimate talents if we can't do anything with them? Holy shit! Somebody gets it. Somebody really gets it. Why did nobody ask those questions in Danganronpa 1 and 2? V3 made sense though. Missy flinched. She looked away and closed her eyes. I realized what I had just said. She cracked the code. I'm sorry. I went too far. Echo, it's fine. However, Missy's words betrayed her emotions. She must have felt tense after everything as well, but she tried to retain her composure nonetheless. Missy, I let out a deep sigh. I'm sorry for losing my temper. You're right. A snack could clear my head. Ashley looked over at Missy for an answer. Missy's expression eased, but she said nothing. Rather, she slowly got up and offered a hand for me. She helped me out of bed and we quietly made our way to the dining hall. He does have sense. He's a good man. I like Echo. The halls were eerily quiet. Not a sound was heard through the mansion, save for our soft footsteps in the hallways. In the dining hall, we saw Forte, sitting in his lonesome. Evening, folks! Forte's voice was a low mumble. He sat with his hands clasped, resting just before the basket of pastries in the center of the dining table. Forte's posture was stone as he gazed mournfully at the basket. Oh, those were Pandora's! She baked those for us! We shuffled in and sat around the dining table. Who's gonna cook for us now? We don't have a baker! With the baskets of goods creating a bitter centerpiece. I'm still trying to make sense of the tragedy of it all. I feel like Art's undoing was a failure of the heart. True. How do you suppose? He must have reacted the way he did because of an obsession with putting his personal value in his craft, where in actuality, our value as humans is how we experience life with friends, family, and loved ones. You say that, but would a life have meaning if one didn't have particularly strong or notable memories? I mean, I really haven't felt the weight of the world until now, I suppose. You mean the weight of tragedy? The sinking feeling of doubt and sorrow. Hi, Imperial, what's up? You know, there's a simple saying. Fall down 7, get up 8. I don't think I've heard of that saying. Pain exists so we can grow and learn from it. What we do with the feeling of misfortune is what motivates us to move forward in the future. We learn from tragedy and grow forward. It's really all we can do. And being here now, with our friends Missy and Ashley, as well as the others, should teach us that we have friends all around us who would feel anguished without one another. Aww. Forte. Who is that? It's Swamp Sock!
Forte, best boy.
I agree! Forte is so nice, right? You gotta love him. Thank you so much, Swamp Shock. Give yourself a round of applause. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You've done a lot in this whole week. In like the past 4 or 5 streams, you've been donating left and right. Forte's melancholic voice sung my heart. Forte, you know? Art said his grandfather thought he was the perfect golfer, and I suppose as a final memory, Art clung to it. I imagine it must have been difficult for him to throw away his joy for life to utilize it simply out of necessity. I pity Art. I know it's difficult to admit help, but I'm sure there were people in his life who must have been caring and willing enough. If only he could have known he was much more than just a golfer. He was a kind-hearted soul who wholeheartedly enjoyed the beautiful simplicities of life. There are always people in your life who will put the time into caring. Listen to Forte, guys. He is so right on that. So anytime you feel down, remember, there's always going to be that one person that truly does care about you. Even when you think there's no one, there's always one. Alas, it's hard to think clearly when your mind has been clouded by despair. Please, don't hesitate to go to the ones you love. Spend time with them in whatever way possible. Just let them know you care for them and they care for you. It's a simple sentiment that will go a long way. Forte gently touched the small blue butterfly pin on his scarf. Aww. You gotta love him. Missy and Ashley themselves had a melancholy look in their eyes as they nodded in agreement. Swamp! Not again! Dude, Don't do this again, Swamp!
Here's another one for good luck.
Thank you! This guy is great! Thank you! This man Swamp's out here handing out donations like he's Oprah. He's like, here's another one for you, and donations for everyone! Everyone in the chat is gonna get donations from Swamp at one point. Thank you, Swamp. Misty and Ashley themselves had a melancholy look in their eyes as they nodded in agreement. If I may, I suggest as a precaution, we all travel together to protect ourselves. It's not a thought I want to entertain, but it's necessary if we're going to be at the forefront of danger. Oh, Isaiah, I got one for Christmas. And guess what? I just bought another one. We're gonna be out here with the soundboards, ladies and gentlemen. I actually bought a whole audio interface. So it should be coming in the next few days, so we'll see. I agree. Cyrus's intense behavior could potentially be dangerous. Huh? What happened with Cyrus? Well, yeah, what happened to him? After the trial, you recall what Zero said, correct? Yeah. Cyrus Sirik is someone to be wary of. I do remember that. Ultimate charisma. What a terrible cover talent. You know what? Why does Echo even ask questions? He should just know. When she just said, don't you remember? He should have been like, yeah, of course I remember. Well, I don't even know why I asked you that question. I'm the ultimate memory. After you passed out, he started acting suspiciously. Oh no. It seems I've garnered some distrust among you all. No thanks to that lousy Zero. Wait, what Echo? What Echo are y'all talking about? Hold up. There's no Echo. Cyrus, who are you really? I'm Cyrus Sirik. Cyrus Sirik, the ultimate thief. The ultimate thief. That's a good one. Thief? Aren't you curious about how you all got here? We signed up for the preservation project, didn't we? Sure, but I believe as a general last memory, you all have no recollection of entering this place. I should remember. I'm the ultimate memory. Dude, I should be OP. There should be no amnesia. I should know everything. That's right. All I recall is being knocked out and waking up with the numbness in the back of my head. Why, that's because the location is meant to be kept extremely secret. If you're aware of that, then that means you're involved with this killing game? You were all doomed from the moment you set foot here. I know for a fact. Nothing you do will save you from this game. Oh, this guy. Just when you thought he was a good guy. He's the Mikado of this game. But Mikado actually wanted to play with us, and he was a little nicer. And then he crept out of the courtroom, leaving us all confused, to say the least. After that, I brought you to my room to keep an eye on you with Missy. The rest of the class, well, they're distraught after the evening's turn of events. I don't believe anyone else was really in the mood to be exploring, so the rest of them left to go to their personal rooms for the evening as well. However,
Here's another one just to ruin the immersion.
This man just donated $10! On top of all the other donations! Swamp Shock, how much money do you have? Can someone ask the actual hard questions out here? How much money do you literally have in your bank account right now? Because you've been donating like 5 streams in a row, consistently. Time to fill donation wars too, I guess? Thank you, Swamp Shock, I appreciate it. However, if anyone would like to go outside the room, find a partner to keep yourself safe. I cannot guarantee everyone's safety, nor can I force everyone to follow my lead, but it's someone to keep in mind. Missy was strained. She was trying to protect everyone, but it was difficult since none of us knew what could happen next. I'm awfully curious about something though. As we were returning to the foyer from the courtroom, I noticed that there was a button for the 3rd floor lit in the elevator. 3rd floor? I saw that too, Missy. Did you want to investigate the third floor? It's late, but I did want to make a brief round to see what's in store for us. I'll come with you. Echo, did you want to go back to your room for some proper rest? I imagine you've been quite fatigued lately. My stomach was in an anxious knot. No, it's fine. I'll come with you. I feel kind of restless anyway. Walking around could help. Okay, but don't push yourself, alright? The ultimate donator. I nodded slowly. If you folks are going to explore, would you mind seeing me off to my living quarters? Missy and Ashley obliged, and we all left the dining hall together. Oh, we're going to the foyer. Or fancy bougie people would call it the foyer. In the foyer, we saw Forte off as he retired for the night in his personal room. Entering the elevator again, we traveled to the third floor that had recently opened up. After some low rumbling, the elevator stopped and the third floor revealed itself to us. A digital kiosk was just outside the elevator, displaying a map of the grounds for us. The third floor landing hall led toward a single main hall that split into 4 rooms, 2 on each side. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we got a casino, a smokehouse, garage, art gallery, living hall. Oh, there's 2 living halls, 5A and 5B. So the casino's right there, right across from the garage. And then the garage is next to the art gallery. And then we have the smokehouse on the bottom left. Four new activity amenities are available to us. Nice. It looks like there's a smokehouse lounge connected to a casino, as well as an art gallery connected to a garage. But of course, they're closed to us from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Let's remember that. However, Missy's voice trailed off. I followed her gaze to the first door, off to the right of the elevator. It looked like a personal room door with a school emblem on it. Is that for the headmaster? Huh? Ashley herself was looking at a door that bore a similar emblem on it that I had seen on the race car helmet earlier. Are we gonna meet new students? As it turns out, there was another set of personal rooms on the third floor. Missy and Ashley looked at each other with astonishment. They swiftly ran to their respective doors, but before they could do anything, I see you've met the rest of your classmates. Oh, Cyrus. The two of them swung around to see Cyrus in a dark corner of the hallway. His flat, disembodied voice sent a chill up my spine. You. Cyrus continued, disregarding Missy or Ashley's grim faces. But it's late. They've already gone to sleep by this point. Why, yes. I think you two know some of them. He looked over at Ashley. More students? Silva, isn't it? I saw Ashley's face turn dark. And Darling? Darling? Missy balled up her hands into tight fists. Ashley approached him, but her movement was tight. Cyrus, really? Who are you? He shrugged indifferently. I told you, I'm Cyrus Sirik, the ultimate thief. I've succeeded so well in the theft of priceless goods, working solely in the shadows, that I was able to take that next step into snatching people from their homes. Man's the ultimate kidnapper. Yes, only an ultimate thief could have breached another ultimate student's defenses and brought you here. He then shifted his sharp gaze toward me. But Echo Pine, they're different. I saw Ashley's body tense and spring forward for a moment, but she stopped herself. Instead, she positioned herself between me and Cyrus. Missy stood, unflinchingly, however. Cyrus, please, stop your facade. Facade? You all heard Zero in the trial earlier. The Cyrus you knew before wasn't the real me. He blew my cover, so I'm here in full form. Suddenly the lights began to dim. It's 10 p.m. Missy and Ashley closed in on either side of me, defending me from whatever Cyrus was going to do next. Uh-oh. Cyrus' husky laugh faded into the darkness. I heard his footsteps shuffle off in the direction of the stairs toward the second floor. I was paralyzed with fear, but Missy's firm voice kept me grounded. Hurry, let's return to our living quarters. She firmly grasped it, you get it? Was that a bad joke? Okay, sorry. She firmly grasped my forearm, leading me toward the elevator that was some ways behind us. We hustled into the elevator and rode back to the main foyer. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
Nigga, you ain't funny.
I'm not funny. Back in the foyer, a dim illumination lit the main hall. There, we crossed paths with Cannon! She's still alive! Who was by her lonesome in the foyer, once again. I'm so glad that she's alive, though. Cannon? Ashley's voice was a whisper that didn't seem to reach Cannon's ears. Who's the rat of the game? Is it Cirrus? It seems like it could be him. We slowly approached her and saw her cold expression. But her face gave off a different demeanor somehow. Rather than the icy gaze, we were met with a stony, soulless stare. Cannon, are you alright? I saw her come to, her eyes softening as she turned toward us. She murmured in quiet affirmation. It was almost as if her cold exterior melted into a brief moment of vulnerability. Then, my curiosity got the better of me, and I capitalized on the brevity of silence. Cannon, I have to know. Why did you run away when I collapsed from electrocution? She's like, 'cause I didn't give a fuck. Is it not natural to feel fear when you see someone get hurt? Huh? I was frightened. I wanted to leave this mansion as soon as I woke up, but something stopped me. Cyrus was confirmed Irish, and if I know another man who is Irish with green hair, top of a morning to you, laddies! Jacksepticeye! I love Jacksepticeye. I can't do his accent though. She gripped the old instant camera she had hung on her short wrist strap. This camera, it's an awful fragment of myself. When I woke in my personal room with only that in my possession, I couldn't help but feel unnerved. So I stood in the foyer, waiting to leave, but felt unable to due to a mysterious, bad feeling. I had a bad feeling about the door, the ultimate bad feeling. And as it turns out, that feeling was right. You made him sound British. I told you I can't do it! I can only do it sometimes. Try harder next time. Hey, you know, sometimes you just... Okay, I can hear you guys booing me, okay? I hear that in the background, so... It's all good. After I saw you scream and collapse, I didn't know what to do. I waited for someone, anyone, to come and see you so they could handle it. Forte. I quickly asked him to take care of you and left without another word. Forte obliged, and I saw him carry you to his room. Then I went up to the atrium to calm down. I'm not booing? Thank you. Ironically, Ivy, I love you. I love you. Just you in the chat. Because everyone else booed me. I'm sorry that I left you alone. I'm not the best in stressful situations. Yeah, we noticed that. Cannon. Although her face was nigh unreadable, her voice was shaking. She was just as scared, if not more, than I was. She desperately wanted to protect herself from being the one who would point out the victim, that she waited until the last second to reveal the photograph of Art fleeing. It was ridiculous, selfish, and dangerous for her to have done that. I'd never boo you, Blaze. Oh, some real ones out there. Thank you. I didn't boo you. I love all of you then. All the ones that didn't boo. Give Cannon a bad Jacksepticeye impression for her voice. Top of the morning to you, I can't do it. I can't do it. It automatically makes me want to go into like a high-pitched voice. Top of the morning to you. But it seemed as if she wanted to protect herself for as long as possible, knowing she couldn't hide the inevitable. Please, you're a cutie pie. Aw, thank you. Cannon sighed heavily. Excuse me, I'm going to bed. Cannon briskly walked toward the living quarters. Missy and Ashley gave Cannon a soft goodnight, each as she retired for the night. With nothing left to do in the dark of the night, we followed suit to our individual rooms. I mean, Ashley, you can come with me. Ashley stopped me for a moment in the living quarters hall. Since I lost Pandora, I need one girl. Echo, let's take care of each other, yeah? Of course. That doesn't need saying. Ashley mumbled something but cut herself off. Instead, she just gave me a hug. Oh, the ship. I can smell it. I closed my eyes and allowed myself to be wrapped in the comfort of her embrace. Good night, Echo. Good night, Ash. She let go, and we went our separate ways for the night. Oh my god. Is this gameplay or a reaction? It's both. We're playing and we're reacting, okay? So, welcome, Elysian Empire. Entering my personal room, I felt more alienated. It's personal room. The comfort and luxury must have been fabricated, creating a false sense of comfort. And behind that sense of comfort, a facade of terror and malice was hiding. A killing game with no remorse for the participants. I shook the nerves out and collapsed on the bed. I want to go to bed for a long time. Sleep overcame me, and another day would come to pass. Day 4. Okay, Boomer, welcome. Hey. Please, what did we talk about getting attached to characters? I know. Y'all heard that knock? I opened my eyes at the sound of knocking. Pardon me, but good morning. It's Missy Vesper, outside for Echo. I looked at the time. 7:29. Good morning, Missy. I'll be right out. Take your time. I stopped the alarm before it rang and made myself presentable. Dude, take a shower. What the hell? Hit the bathtub or something. I swear if Ashley actually survives, I'm gonna be pretty surprised. Me too. I'd be surprised if she lasts past this chapter, honestly. That would be a new one. Have we ever seen a protagonist keep his friend? A whole entire game? Other than Kirigiri. Does Kirigiri count? Not really, right? Because technically it was Sayaka first. I stepped out of my personal room to greet Missy. I noticed she was clutching a small item folded in cloth. Before I could ask about it, she started through the halls and I followed alongside her. What's going on? I'm gathering students for a personal announcement. I will elaborate when we arrive in the foyer. She raised the small item, indicating it was going to be the subject of her meeting. You're the last student to rendezvous. However, I knocked on Say's door as well, but she replied through the door that she wasn't going to move at all. She said that if she was going to die, it would happen regardless of what she did. What? It was a shockingly fatalistic thing to say, but I wasn't going to force her out. Ah, that girl. Say worries me. She's like Koroko in SDRA 2. Do you think she'll do something dangerous? Oh, what was her name? Kokoro? I think it was Kokoro. I'm sorry, I meant that I worry for her well-being. I don't want to be persistent in any case she might be offended or take it the wrong way, but... Missy sighed. She seemed upset that she couldn't do anything to help Say. I'm sure Say appreciates the sentiment. We just do what we can, right? I apologize. You're absolutely correct. Missy's expression eased as we finally arrived in the main foyer. Echo, worst boy? Why? In the foyer, I saw the small group of students Missy gathered. The group was composed of Forte, Cannon, Ashley, Missy, and myself. So Lyle, Cyrus, and Say couldn't make it? Obviously not Cyrus. I'm not surprised Cyrus is absent given his behavior last night. And Lyle should be a person of concern as well, since he was so distraught from Art being named the culprit. Art just wanted to protect us. It's not his fault Pandora had an incredibly suspicious note. I didn't imagine it helped. What with his head being so full of distress? How many chapters of this game will there be? Cynthia said 5. So we're going with 5. That note is fairly damning. I never would have thought she would be in possession of such an oddity. But, despite that, I feel like she had good intentions behind it. She specifically pulled me aside the night before to ask if I knew anything about the contents. That doesn't seem like something a mole would do, right? The rest of the students pondered what it could mean, but none of us could think of anything. That brings me to what I have gathered you all here for. He reminds me of a female Togami. Missy stood on the door side of the small glass table in the center of the foyer, while the rest of us stood encircling the opposite side. Please, do not be alarmed when I show you this. What is it? She placed the small cloth-wrapped item she had been carrying on the glass table. Slowly, Missy unwrapped the folded cloth. A gun? What? Are we gonna play Russian roulette with it? Wrapped in the cloth was a small revolver with a note tied to the handle. Is that a gun? Missy, what's the meaning of this? I told Echo before, but I'll reiterate for the rest of you as well. I had plans to contribute my skills to the preservation project prior to the events of arriving here. However, upon arrival in my personal room, I found this revolver. Read the note tied to the handle. Read it, read it, read it. Cannon looked over and carefully read from afar. As a student interested in working with the preservation project, one must attempt their hand in a single round of reverse Russian roulette. Of course. Of course. This is your turn to die now. This is Danganronpa 2 now. You know. We believe every ultimate student, should they be destined to live and change the world, will surpass the incredible game of chance no matter the odds. Alright, so who here is the ultimate lucky student? We need you. Reverse Russian roulette. A game of unbelievable chance. 5 out of 6 chambers in the gun are occupied with a bullet. The player is to spin the chamber, lock the chamber in, place the gun barrel against their own head, pull the trigger, and hope to survive. Without the knowledge of whether or not a bullet will be fired, your life is in the hands of fate. Huh? That's absurd!
Yes, queen!
Yes, queen! What are the possible odds of someone surviving that? The odds are far too high to take a chance on. One would have to be inconceivably fortunate. Did you play? Of course not. It's ludicrously risky. Missy's jaw clenched. Did she really not play around? That aside, I'm showing my hand because I want to suspend my disbelief. Huh? I sincerely want to trust you all, so I hope you can trust me as well after I've revealed this wretched thing. I wish for you to believe that no danger is to be contrived from me, as I have no intention to harm any of you. She carefully folded the cloth back over the revolver. Have any of you heard of a concept called the Stockdale Paradox? No? I can't say that I have. I'll explain. It is a philosophy of duality. Named after a vice presidential candidate, the Stockdale Paradox is a concept in which one must never lose faith that they will prevail in the end, while still confronting the cruel facts of their reality. That's scary. What do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash? Nagito? It is a paradox of the self. An individual has to be able to balance the horrors of reality with the optimism of success to truly be able to overcome the worst situations. I think I've heard that before. This mindset, the acknowledgement of two opposing sides, is paramount in achieving one's goals. One mustn't get so hopeful that they ignore the gravity of their grave surroundings. In our case, we must balance the hope that we will escape the clutches of this place against the despair of ultimate death within the walls. Hope. It always comes back to that one word. The 4 of us were petrified. It was hard to process. Hope. Despair? Forte was the first to speak. Thank you for placing trust in us, Missy. I will endeavor not to let you down. To uphold your trust will be my goal from here on out. Cannon remained silent but nodded at Forte's statement. Thanks, Missy. You're risking a lot, but if none of us plan to kill, then there really shouldn't be anything to worry about. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. I realize it's quite a brazen move on my part, but I believe I can say it's not without merit. I couldn't believe how bold Missy was being. She could have easily left the gun in her room, out of sight, essentially out of our realm of existence, where no one could cause harm with it, and now it's gonna be a murder weapon. Thanks, Missy. But she was gambling in high hopes that our group truly had no ill will. Everyone agreed that despite there being a gun, no one thought to dare fire it. Even so, in a game of killing, a weapon has presented itself out of nowhere. But, strange or so, it seems like some students were left some sort of item in their rooms upon waking up. First, Ashley had her friend Silva's helmet. Then Cannon with her camera. And finally, Missy with a revolver. I also recall Forte having something that was seemingly out of place from the mansion. When he took care of me after I was shocked, he had... Was it sheet music? I'm supposed to be the ultimate memory, but my memory is really bad. Hey, Not Needed, welcome to the stream. I know you. I'm following 4K and it's fucking awesome. Aw, thanks. Was it sheet music? You're right. That's right. He was leafing through some sheet music. I wonder, what is the meaning of this? Dude, I have the worst memory of all time. What the hell was that? As I pondered this strange trend, the sound of glass shattering filled the room. Our group glanced at each other for a moment before running off to the source of the sound. Through the dining hall and into the kitchen, the sound persisted louder and louder. Oh, Lyle, what are you doing? There we found Lyle in the kitchen itself in a state of disarray. There was debris scattered all over the floor as Lyle gripped a large, battered, metal rolling pin, aiming for the oven. Lyle, what on earth are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Startled at the sight of us, Lyle straightened out. You guys, I'm testing the rules. Testing the rules? The rules state that we are not to damage major assets. Yet here I am, breaking everything. And so far, nothing has happened. How can you all be so... Wait, what, Lyle? How can you all be... Wait, what? Be blaze and... Be... Wait. That's a typo. How can you all be so blaze and content with living here? Lyle, what are you saying? Don't you understand? The rules aren't enforced. Then doesn't that mean Art wouldn't have to kill Pandora. He wouldn't have to die by our vote. In any given circumstance, rules are placed to create restriction, and yet there's no arbiter or custodian or mastermind here to punish us for breaking the rules. So why should we be following the rules in the first place? We thought our lives were threatened since we were trapped by that electrocuting door. Did that even actually happen? What do you mean? Of course that happened. Why would I lie about something like that? You were the only one who was afflicted by it. For all I know, Echo, you're the mastermind behind this. Alright, well, Crazy just entered the building. What? You collapsed, and Forte, in his good-natured heart, came running to your aid. That collapse could have been entirely fake. We're simply trapped by our own fears. Be that as it may, the fact remains that the door was armed and is currently barricaded. There can't be no reason for that. Despite Forte's observation, Lyle ignored him as he was completely absorbed in his own thoughts. Of course he is. Art didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. Lyle was muttering to himself as he gripped the metal pen. His face turned to stone as he glared at the four of us. He carelessly dropped the metal rolling pin with a heavy clatter and stared at us with soulless eyes. Oh yeah, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. I'm not going to die. Not after him. I will never allow it. With impeccable timing, an announcement rang through the halls. It is now 9 a.m. And welcome to day 4 of 7. The hump day of the killing game, if you will. Okay. We're already halfway through. How exciting! However, there are far too many people alive right now, and we need to fix that. Our force motive question for today is, do you believe your talent can benefit the world? Yes! As ultimate students at the top of your field, society will expect you to contribute yourselves and respective talents to the world as a whole. Ponder this question as we set up our next motive for you all. Coming soon to ultimate students everywhere.
Nigga, you ain't funny.
He's not funny. I listened to the announcement best I could, but the rest of the group paid no attention. Instead, they were trying to calm Lyle after his spiel. Lyle, we want to leave too, believe me, but we should put our heads together and come up with a plan instead of wrecking everything. No! You only get it in the way. Lyle aggressively pushed his way through us, leaving the kitchen for the foyer, and Missy followed him in concern. He's crazy! He's nuts! Get away from him! Lyle, stop it! Stop following me! I alone will piece together the secrets of this awful killing game if I'm not the ultimate puzzle master! You're acting like the ultimate bitch right now. Chill. Lyle marched over to the elevator and slammed the buttons. He turned around and held up a fist with a crumpled piece of paper in it. I swear, I will find the other person who knows the secrets of this note. That's the only clue Art left me, and damn it, I will find it. Lyle gives us one last dark parting look before entering the elevator. Click. The elevator doors come to close as the rest of us are left in bewilderment. I believe Lyle might be going to the 3rd floor to scour the floor for the other students. Forte and Missy sighed in unison. We can only hope he doesn't do anything reckless. But just after Forte said that, I heard footsteps at the top of the stairs. It was Cyrus. You! Cyrus replied in a nonchalant manner, but his face was different. In the light of day, Cyrus' expression was twisted in something disconcerting. I'll have a word with you! Before we could react, Missy moved swiftly to pursue Cyrus at the top of the stairs. Missy, what are you doing? Ashley went to chase after her, but Missy's firm voice stopped Ashley in her tracks. Don't worry, I'm confident nothing will happen here. She announced her vague plan as she arrived at the top of the stairs and forcefully grabbed Cyrus by the arm. Ooh! Cyrus didn't say a word. Rather, he just made a disgusted face as Missy pushed him into the jazz club. Whoa, what are y'all doing in there? Hold up. Y'all alone and stuff? What's going on? The door slammed and silence befell the group. Should we be concerned? I don't think Missy would do anything irrational. She doesn't seem the type. Then why is she going in the room with Crazy Boy? Yeah, Miss Ultimate Tactician probably has something up her sleeve. Let's just leave her be. Cannon made a rather unexpected snide remark, but that said, it seemed like everyone knew Missy had a plan. Ugh. I hate it in here. Why don't we carry on the investigation ourselves? Investigation? Of what? The mansion. We still haven't found a way out of this place. I agree. The 3rd floor opened up to us last night, so there could be an opportunity for escape. Cannon, would you like to go with me? Missy proposed traveling in pairs to protect ourselves, so if I may. Sure. With a stern reply, Cannon briskly began escalating the 2nd floor stairs. Excuse us. Okay then. I guess you're just gonna take her away from everybody. Forte followed suit, which left Ashley and myself in the foyer. We should check out the 3rd floor again, now that the amenities are open. And hopefully we'll find those other students. Her voice was low. Ashley looked sick with worry. There were signs of her friend Silva being here as well, the helmet in his personal room on the 3rd floor. But the fact that we hadn't run into anyone for 3 days was cause for concern. I didn't want to say anything though. Ash, I'm sure we'll find Silva and the others. Ashley's eyes softened. Thanks, Echo. She gave me a smile once more before starting toward the stairs. I began to follow, but something was tugging at me. Hey, Ash? Should we take the gun? The gun's not there, is it? I forgot the gun was on the freaking table. Is it there? Ashley hesitated. I think we should trust Misty. We should trust everyone. Oh, no, 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 no. It's ridiculous, though. I mean, trust? It's such a lofty, intangible concept. Who could say whether or not someone will uphold it? Echo, are you saying you won't? Of course not. It's just... And that's that. Huh? Missy wants to believe in us. And I'm guessing from our observed behavior during the trial last night, she has no reason to believe any of us are malicious. In fact, the one person she thinks is the most dangerous is Cyrus, and she's dealing with him personally. She placed her trust in us. Now we just have to trust her. It's a give and take. I see. Trust. I'm literally gonna have to go ahead and give Ashley a bunch of boos for that one because that's a bad move, Chief. And I just knew it. I knew the gun was gonna be a freaking murder weapon. I know someone's gonna end up using that gun and killing somebody. But especially after you, what did we just see with Lyle in the kitchen? Him going fucking ape shit? And now you want to trust people? Come on, Ashley. Trust. I pondered the concept as we made our way toward the 3rd floor. Ashley's cute, but damn, I know she's cute, but cute people be stupid. Upon arriving at the 3rd floor, Ashley and I saw Cannon and Forte just enter the garage. Ashley herself went straight to the door with Silva's skull emblem and tugged at the doorknob. Blaze, please protect Lyle for me. I will protect Lyle as long as he doesn't hurt anybody. We're good. Locked. Figures. She knocked lightly a couple times, but to no avail. Her eyes were dark. Hey, maybe those other students are just gathered somewhere else in the building. It's a pretty huge building after all. Ashley gonna learn today for real. Let me pull a Ishimaru on Lyle, Blaze. The ones who are in blue, do you feel higher species? Dumb and cute equals best girl. Can you protect Ashley and Lyle? I hope I can. Oh no, y'all asking me hard questions out here. I want to protect everybody at this point. Ashley snapped out of her trance and looked back at me. Yeah, we'll see them soon enough. She lightly caressed the door before returning to my side. Well, let's see if we can't find anything on this floor. Cannon and Forte just went to the garage, so let's check out the other rooms. Ashley and I went to the doors opposite of the garage and entered the room. We entered the smokehouse lounge, a large room with a rustic atmosphere that was connected to the casino by a set of double doors. Ew, it reeks in here. It looks old. I covered my nose to block the smell, but the air itself felt thick and suffocating. Protect me from myself as the ultimate hitman, I might kill myself? What? Yeah, it's rough. What kind of group would allow students access to a smokehouse? That seems irresponsible. I thought smokehouses were supposed to smell good. Yeah, what kind of ultimate talent could utilize this room anyway? Who knows? Let's just take a quick look for some sort of exit and move on. I glazed over the room from one end to the other with a single sweeping look. It was a rather comfortable looking room, despite the stench of smoke. The tables and seating were cozy. Each table housed a small candle for a comforting effect. The far wall had shelves upon shelves of fine beverages locked behind a glass case, with a bar to match on the opposite side. It was a highly refined atmosphere, overall that felt rather unwelcoming to those of us who didn't indulge in this sort of recreation. I can't really find anything interesting in here. Neither can I. Let's just move on. That room's gonna be super important. I don't know what for, but I feel like later on in this game, or in this series, that room's gonna be super important. Wee woo, incest, kind. Hey, leave Kanade alone and Hibiki. Leave them alone. Kanade just loves her sister a little too much. Ash and I went to the casino, a large room with a noisy interior design that was connected to the smokehouse lounge by a set of double doors. Jeez, this place is hard on the eyes. I squinted my eyes to no avail. The neon flashing lights were bleeding through my eyelids, despite my attempts to hide from them. A casino of all things? Hi Doge, welcome. I guess some kind of ultimate gambler would thrive here, but okay! Let's just take a quick look for an exit and get out of here. I know y'all got that. If y'all are fans of Danganronpa, you got that. We split up between the rows and rows of slot machines to look for an exit. In the center of the room were a set of televisions surrounding a pillar, all playing the same footage of a slot machine. The slot machines themselves had nothing of interest. There were some fruit slot machines and some non-standard ones that bore the symbol of that other announcer called Eve. This reminds me of the that one room in Zero Escape where you had to play the slots. But this is like an actual casino though. I glazed the room once again, but didn't spot anything of note. Oh, you know what else this reminds me of? Danganronpa V3. Salmon fishing game was here. I forgot they had a casino in that game. I met up with Ashley back where we entered. Is there salmon fishing? Find anything? Fortunately not. Shoot! Let's get out of here. Yes, V3, yes. Crossing the third floor hall, we came upon the art gallery, which was connected to the garage by a set of double doors. The art gallery was essentially an open warehouse, lightly decorated with paintings of various colors. You know who would really like this room? Angie Yanaga. The room felt rather inviting. There were plenty of space for students to follow at wild, whatever creative thought popped into their head. Off to the side were shelves full of paint supplies, and in the center was what looked to be a work in progress. It's kind of picturesque, huh? Yeah, I can imagine someone standing in the middle of the room, flinging paint at a canvas. Well, let us not faff about with flinging paint. We should see if there's anything interesting here. I miss Angie. Atua! Ashley and I split up, searching opposite corners of the warehouse. There were paint supplies and canvases of various sizes stored off to the side. Stuff reminded me of past characters. I'm getting PTSD. Aw, I'm sorry. Other than the miscellaneous supplies, I didn't find anything noteworthy. Ash, did you find anything? Ashley met up with me in the center of the gallery. No. She let out an exasperated sigh. There's one more place. Bless Atua! Oh shoot! There's a ton of cars in here. Ashley and I entered the garage from the art gallery side of the double doors. It seemed like Forte and Cannon were done investigating this area between the garage and art gallery, since we didn't run into them at all. The garage was another warehouse-sized room that housed a large collection of vehicles. Is this like a car collection? Vehicles of various shapes and sizes occupied the room from wall to wall in multiple rows. There was a small office with various tools and fuels off to the side. Huh? I turned around to see Ashley shaking. Let me guess. Her friend's car's in here. Oops. Is this a joke? Ash? This is some kind of sick joke, isn't it? Ash, what's wrong? I went to Ashley's side, but was shrugged away as she stumbled toward a Cobalt blue race car. She laid her hands on the hood of the car and stared a hole through the windshield. This is Silva's car. Bingo. The look on her face was filled with mixed emotions. Ash, snap out of it. I gripped her shoulders firmly and shook her out of her daze. Ash, come back to me. Ashley blinked and took a step back, but her head was hanging low. Echo, this is a sign. Silva. Her voice trailed off. It seems we came to the same conclusion. It was entirely possible that Silva was also captured, made to play a killing game. But she would never want to hear that. Ashley, all these signs must be set up to get a rise out of you. Huh? Think about it. The mysterious group infiltrated the preservation project and kidnapped us. They must have known about your fight with Silva and are using it against you. Using it to vex you. To motivate you into doing something horrible. They're playing mind games with you, Ashley. You don't have to worry about Silva. I told her these things, but they were all a lie. Even so, I couldn't stand to see her in such despair. Ashley rubbed her eyes and I saw her body relax. So Silva is her friend. Her friend before the games. She actually signed up her friend to be in the preservation project even though he didn't want to be in it. He was the ultimate race car driver prior. And she thought that the preservation project was this great thing and that they should go together. And he was like, oh, heck no, I don't trust that. They're only getting ultimate students? Nah, that can't be good. It can't be right. And she was like, no, you have to come with me, please. And then she just signed him up anyway. So he's basically here screwed like everybody else. Yeah, you could be right. Before we continue though, Cynthia, if you're watching, if you're not here, that's cool. But if you're going to be watching the VOD like you did last time, I got one question for you. Have you played Your Turn to Die or have you watched Your Turn to Die? Played or watched, one of the two. Because I feel like she was inspired by that game a little bit when it comes to having survivors that we're not seeing. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like Your Turn to Die where it's like, how was it in Your Turn to Die? Basically like they had survivors, but they played the game already. If that makes sense, before we got here. She sniffled out a voice of gratitude. Thanks, Echo. What are friends for? I gave her a small hug. I'm going to step out into the hall for a bit, if you want to keep looking. Oh, alright. I won't be long then. I let Ashley gather her bearings as I gave the garage a brief walkthrough. I broke the fourth wall. Nothing again. Who do you think is gonna die this time around? That's a good one. I think the person that's gonna be killed this time, from what I'm noticing so far, I think Missy's too easy. I think Lyle won't die. Unless he does something really stupid. I'm gonna have to go with Say. I think Say's gonna die. He's pretty vulnerable right now too. But you forget, there's another guy. There's somebody else that we haven't seen too in a while. But I think it's gonna be Say. I left the garage, disgruntled at the lack of clues for escape. Out in the main hall, I heard Ashley and Missy talking. Echo, you might want to hear this. They were killed off, but in computer simulations, the other characters had a chance to survive. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Legendary. I appreciate that. It's been a while since I played that game. Huh? What is it? As you know, I had a conversation with Cyrus. Yeah, that was kind of scary. But I'm glad to see you're alright. Worry not. I'm here in one piece. I wanted to bring to your attention his strange behavior. You see, I tried to reason with him. To talk to him from one person to another. But it's almost as if, after he was exposed, he's been putting on a facade. I'm sorry, it's difficult for me to explain this gut feeling I have about him, but I have my suspicions. Good suspicions? Bad suspicions? Let us know. Zero said ultimate charisma wasn't the real Cyrus, but could it be the other way around? What do you mean? I'm not sure. Perhaps charisma truly isn't his talent, but his behavior under that title seemed organic. So I was thinking, when Zero uncovered Cyrus's false talent, Cyrus's behavior became insincere as well. Oh. My apologies, I'm just thinking out loud. Although to see for myself, I wanted to talk subsistent to him, but he remained steadfast and stubbornly irksome. Missy pinched the bridge. She punched her nose. She was like, Missy pinched the bridge of her nose in deep thought. If he continues to behave strangely, we might have another tragedy on our hands. I agree. I didn't want to be too hasty, but might I suggest we try to extract information from him with force? With who? Ain't nobody an ultimate MMA fighter around here. With force. Missy's expression sharpened as she made a definitive decision. I ought to use the gun to threaten him into talking. I don't know about this one, Chief. Make no mistake, I have absolutely no intention of firing it, but Cyrus doesn't need to know that. In that case, let me help you. No, Ashley, no. I'll get rope from the climbing center to bind him. What are y'all doing? That sounds good. I was shocked, but Ashley and Missy were both in agreement. Oh, this music's never good. Ashley, quickly, let us make preparations and rendezvous here soon. We shouldn't waste any time with Cyrus roaming around freely. Ashley nodded. Where's the gun, though? Did y'all get the gun? Is the gun still on the table downstairs, or do you have the gun? He then took my hand and darted toward the stairs, leading to the second floor. Ash, wait up! Do y'all have the gun? We arrived at the second floor, and Ashley made a beeline for the climbing center. I was struggling to keep up, but eventually closed the distance between us, while she sifted through the collection of ropes and harnesses. Isn't this too extreme? Look, it sounds harsh, but it's necessary to prevent further killing. The last thing I want is to not keep an eye on Cyrus and have you get killed, Echo. No single soul is exempt from death. There's no gray area about it. I understand that, but somebody already got shot. It's game. It is game. Before I could finish my thought, a shot was heard ringing through the air. The shot sounded like it came from above. What the? Is that Missy? Ashley wrapped a bundle of rope around her forearm, grabbed my hand once more, and darted up the stairs toward the third floor. Somebody got shot. Somebody got shot. She stopped me at the foot of the stairs and she cautiously looked around the corner at the main hallway. What the? They're still shooting! Another shot was fired. This time, it sounded like it was coming from the smokehouse. What's going on? I cried out in confusion, but before I knew it, my body was moving on its own. When somebody said Lyle, hell no, dude. Ashley had thrown the art gallery's doors open and forcefully pushed me in. Ash, what on earth are you doing? She shut the doors as I stumbled in. Echo, take cover here and don't move a muscle until I get back. Girl, I don't know if I can do that. Don't die, Ashley. She commanded me from the other side of the door as I tried to steady my footing. In my state of dishevelment, I stayed put, not knowing what else to do. I heard her footsteps get quieter as she left the vicinity of the art gallery doors, but then... Missy? You! What? Oh! Another bang! The sounds outside were harrowing. Ashley, what have you gotten yourself into? I couldn't help but fear the worst, so I tried to open the doors but found they wouldn't budge. Oh my god! Upon closer inspection, the doors had no keyhole or latch that would keep the doors locked. Huh? How are these doors locked? I looked around hastily for something to help me get out. Oh yeah, the garage is connected to the art gallery. I can leave through here. I ran to the double doors that led to the garage and tugged. But the doors wouldn't budge. I'm trapped? Looking again, these double doors had nothing attached that would prevent them from being opened. Somehow, both sets of double doors had been blocked. We're fucked, dude. We're above fucked at this point. It's above us. No way. How could this be happening? I gasped at the inexplicable situation I found myself in. I fell to my knees and sank into a daze of dark thoughts. I felt my heart succumb to the worries and fears of my heart. Missy! It's possible Missy is out there with the gun. They're still shooting? Confronting Ashley. Ashley. I felt a cold sweat forming on my face. Missy, you asked us to trust you. I can't believe how stupid I was for believing in trust. I should have picked up the gun when it was in the foyer. Trust. The dumb bitch. Alright, what is that? Footsteps. I heard footsteps from the main hall, side of the doors. Lyle, you must be a raving madman if you think you could run around the building alone. I'm not doing anything suspicious. I'm trying to get us out of here, unlike the rest of you. And what were you doing poking around in one of the third floor personal rooms anyway? That is none of your business. Voices? I heard faint voices from the main hall side of the art gallery. I scrambled up from the floor and banged on the door from inside the art gallery. Hey! Who's out? Whoever's out there! Let me out! I hammered on the door until my fist fell through the air. The door flew open and I saw Say. She's alive! Okay. Why does she have rope on her? Echo! She was on the other side of the door, holding a bundle of rope. There's no time to explain. I was falling all over myself, running toward the sound of the shots. Everything was a blur as I ran directly across the hall to the smokehouse lounge and threw the door open. Don't get shot, boy. Oh my god! What? How? The smokehouse lounge was in a complete state of chaos. Furniture was strewn about. A portion of the glass cabinets were shattered, and there were pieces of fabric scattered all over the floor. Oh, what happened there? Say had followed behind me, and we crept further in, toward the far corner of the room. There, we saw the terrible thing. How? Unless that's not the real Cyrus. Did the fake Cyrus kill the real Cyrus? Cyrus's body was lying face up, with blood all over his torso and his hands. Or did real Cyrus kill the fake Cyrus? I sharply inhaled and trembled at the sight. Say shook out a small, startled response before darting out of the smokehouse lounge entirely. He's probably dead. I don't know, bro. We said that about Junko. We said that about Junko. Basketball.
Damn.
Swamp shot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the donation. The 666. 666. I see what you did there. Okay. Damn. I love you, Swamp, but damn. Despite the awful sight, I saw a faint trail of blood and what looked like furniture pushed aside, leading toward the double doors that connect to the casino. Cautiously, following the trail, I came upon the double doors. I pushed slowly in. Whoa! Wait! No! She couldn't die here! She couldn't die here! Ashley's body was face down, with her head covered in blood. I felt all my instincts escape me, and my mind went completely blank. White noise filled my thoughts. I can't play this game anymore! How? She can't be dead. She can't be dead. I collapsed to the floor, but my hands wouldn't go anywhere near the body. A loud slam intruded my daze. Cannon and Forte closed in on Ashley's body and were voicing their concern, but I heard nothing. The only thing I heard above the murmur of their voices was,
Well.
it's not Lyle and Forte. And I mean, I guess we saw this one coming. Damn. You know what's ironic about Swamp Shock donating at that time? Is the song is Diamond in the Sky. Sonic R. And Ashley was our diamond in the sky. She's gone now. Can we get an F for Ashley? The eerie chime indicating. A body has been discovered in the smokehouse lounge. You will be granted a period of investigation, and then we will begin our class trial. Please accept this generous gift of a special report called the Monokuma File. It will be printed from the digital kiosk, and it outlines the details of our poor, lost friend. Your lives depend on solving this case, so get on it. I'm gonna laugh if, like, whoever the mastermind is a fan of Junko and Oshima. Like if Danganronpa like canon to this universe or something. I could feel my whole body shaking. I couldn't take my eyes off Ashley's body. The body discovery announcement in Ashley's body. Does that mean... I heard footsteps approach from behind. Missy crouched down beside me and rested her hand on my back, lightly shaking me. Echo! Echo! I couldn't respond. I just sat on the floor staring. Missy reached past me toward Ashley's body. Missy, could it be? My thoughts moved in slow motion as I tried to connect what I heard outside the gallery to the horrible scene at hand. Missy carefully moved Ashley's hair and gently placed 2 fingers at the side of her neck. Missy, don't you dare touch her! Yeah! Let's go! Thank God she's alive! Oh, I said boo! No! That's good! There are no boos! Oh. What the fuck? It was a red herring, dude. Red fucking herring. Let's go. Oh my God, I freaking pulled my mic thing out. I was so happy. We out here, boys. Son of a bitch. That was... Okay, Cynthia, I see what you did there. I like that. I was literally on the verge of tears. And you definitely pulled at my heartstrings there. Literally. That was good. She's alive? My heart was pumping. I felt new life breathe into me as I processed the revelation. I believe the body announcement went off when Lyle, Say, and I came across Cyrus's body at the same time you saw Ashley's. Her pulse is extremely weak, but Ashley is alive nonetheless. Look, her bracelet isn't a neon pink. Isn't there an infirmary in here? Ashley needs attention quick. I'll check the casino kiosk for a map. Cannon swiftly left as the rest of us gazed in astonishment. I looked over at Ashley's wrist, and Missy was right. Ashley's bracelet remained the same light rose gold color as mine. Even if that's the case, what's wrong with her? I looked for an infirmary on the kiosk, but it only displays the floors that we've been to. Then, does that mean there isn't one? No, there is an infirmary, but the infirmary is connected to the courtroom. My body kicked into action and I sprinted out of the casino toward the 3rd floor elevator and slammed the buttons. Echo! Missy followed me as I ran through the halls. Take me down! Take me to the courtroom! I shouted at nothing as the elevator doors refused to open. I continued to hit the buttons fruitlessly. What the fuck? Echo, please. I know it's difficult, but it seems we must investigate in order to gain access to the courtroom. We must work quickly if we're going to bring Ashley back. Please. I slammed my forehead on the elevator door in defeat. Damn it! Ashley. I let out an immense, heavy sigh. My chest heaved, and I felt my breath escape in shaky, broken pieces. I'll do whatever it takes. Regardless, it was going to be difficult to suspect one of our own once again. I dragged my feet as Missy and I made our way to the crime scene. We're doing this again. This horrible, horrible thing. Someone committed a terrible life-ending crime to Cyrus. We didn't like him anyway, right? And Ashley's life was threatened. And once again, we need to find the culprit behind it. The cycle was torturous. Ugh. Despite that, Ashley was alive. I tried to clear my head. Yes, Ashley was barely hanging by a thread of life, but she was alive regardless. I need to figure out who did this. Someone took Cyrus's life and threatened Ashley's. There's no gray area about it. I'm about to find out. Chapter 2, Guns and Horses. Now I get the title now. It's supposed to be Guns and Roses. Oh. I think somebody said that earlier. I think a lot of y'all were saying that earlier. It's supposed to be Guns and Roses, but it's Guns and Horses. Anyways, Forte propped open the double doors that kept the smokehouse lounge and casino separated so we could move freely between them. In the smokehouse lounge, I saw Lyle looming over Cyrus's body. Say was gazing at the body as well, but from some distance away, standing behind Lyle. In the casino, Forte sat Ashley up in a spare chair and was monitoring her. Cannon was standing between the rooms, looking at the trail of debris. Missy went to investigate the smokehouse and I was left to look on my own. Who said? Hey, this is my song. Okay. So before we do all of this, who the hell said LMAO 2 dislikes? Imperial, what happened? We got 2 dislikes. There's 2 dislikes. All right, we got 136 people in here. We are in the investigation. Ashley is alive. Where the likes at, bruh? Everybody take 2 seconds. Hit that like button. I truly appreciate it. Back to the investigation. Cyrus was found dead in the smokehouse. I was just across the hall in the art gallery, but I have no idea what happened. Let's see what everyone has to say about this precarious situation. There were 69 likes? What happened then? I'm one of the dislikes? What the fuck? Go off, shot! Oh, Echo. Oh. Say's hands were trembling. I'm so sorry about Ashley. It's scary, but I'm trying to pull through. I need to find out who would have such ill will toward her. That's very noble. If there's anything I can help you with, let me know. Actually, yes there is. What is it? We need your alibi. I was stuck in the art gallery when the crime was going on across the hall. Couldn't open the doors whatsoever. I heard some footsteps and voices after some time, so I banged on the main hall's doors. That's right. You were the first person I saw. Do you know why the doors were blocked? Yeah. The double doors handles were bound together with rope. I'm guessing it was from the climbing center? What, the rope? I went with Ashley to the climbing center as she got rope to bind Cyrus. Did the culprit steal it from her and instead bind the doors to lock me in the art gallery? That's strange. I was also wondering where you were earlier this afternoon. I know Misty tried to call you out this morning, but you declined. Say's worried brow furrowed deeper. Well, I just thought after the events of yesterday, if someone was going to kill me, it doesn't matter what I do. What is she saying? And what I wanted to do was stay in my room. The killer could break my door down or whatever, but if it was going to happen, fate would find a way, so be it. So after I heard the second gunshot ringing outside, I peeked out of curiosity. I mean, who even had a gun in the first place? Say mumbled to herself, but it didn't seem like she wanted an answer for her ponderings. But Lyle had to drag me out and run me around all 3 floors just to find a bunch of nothing. Something doesn't add up there. Something really doesn't add up. I see. Well, thanks, Say. Say seems to possess a haphazard reaction to the recent events. I should talk to Lyle to see if their stories line up. I think she's lying. From what I remember with the events happening, it seems like she's lying. Because somebody was talking to Lyle and saying, why are you running up here alone? I don't know. We'll see. So 4 shots were fired, 4 out of the 5 existing bullets in that gun's chambers. 4 shots. I noticed, however, there are 3 holes in the wall of the smokehouse lounge. So those 3 weren't the ones that killed Cyrus. Yes, 1 bullet is lodged in his chest. The problem is finding out in what order these shots were fired. Which one was the one that killed him? Missy furrowed her brow. Echo. Her voice was a hushed whisper. I sincerely hope this hasn't tarnished your view of me. Huh? very clear that this crime has my name written all over it. I was the one who revealed the gun to be in my possession. I was the one who left it out in the open, and I have no partner to support my whereabouts during the crime. Yikes! And despite that, I cannot tell you my alibi. Huh? Why not? Missy, what would you have me think after you just said all that? Please, trust me. I don't know if I can, she sighed. I can respect that. We'll just have to let the trial discussion command our judgment. Yikes. What did you do, Missy? I need to know. Lyle looks particularly aggravated. Lyle, where were you this afternoon? Huh? Are you suspecting me? Well, no. It would just help to know where you were so we could say you're in the clear. I was with Say. Say? But didn't she keep herself locked up in her room? Beats me. All I know is after I heard the second gunshot from somewhere upstairs, I saw Say poke her head out of her room. I dragged her out for my safety and hauled her around with me to search for the sounds. So you two can vouch for each other's whereabouts? Yeah, what of it? Nothing. So Lyle has an alibi that can be verified by Say. Say confirmed that she and Lyle were together when they heard the gunshots, and neither of them were even aware someone had a gun in the first place. What puzzles me the most is where did a gun even come from? Well, I don't expect you to believe me, but it was in Missy's possession. She brought it out to boldly state that she would not be firing it. She even recommended we travel in groups in any case something bad happens. So even if by the off chance she did fire it, we'd be in groups, able to witness it. Lyle was astonished. Really? What kind of tactician would reveal their hand like that? I mean, it was a symbol of trust in a way. I certainly am not going to use it to cause harm, and I really don't think Missy would. Lyle just scoffed and continued to loom over Cyrus's body. Okay, well he's acting weird. There's no way possible it was Echo. Echo wouldn't do it. He couldn't do it. I approached Cannon as she overlooked the two scenes from the doorway opening between the rooms. You're probably wondering where I was this afternoon. I was with Forte in the garage for a large portion of this afternoon, as well as during the duration of the 4 shots fired. He can vouch for my alibi. Yeah, Echo was locked in the art room. How could he do it? I'm confused on how you guys came up with that. And before Forte moved Ashley, I managed to get a picture of her body as it was, I'm assuming, found after whatever turn of events happened here. Oh, thanks. I didn't really know if it reveals anything other than the fact that she might have been attacked. She handed me the photo and it really was a precise capture of what I initially encountered upon entering the room. Okay. Why is her dress ripped? See? There's blood on her head and she's facing down. The culprit probably got the jump on her from behind. It's hard to say what she was attacked with though. There's nothing on the casino side of the doors that could be used as a weapon. That said, at least we know for certain it was the gun wound that killed Cyrus. Here's the Monokuma file. I got it from the casino kiosk. Alright, let's see. Monokuma File 2, Ultimate Student Victim Report, Cyrus Surik. Cause of death, the victim's body was discovered in the 3rd floor smokehouse lounge. Victim was fatally shot above the heart. The estimated time of death is 12:03. Scars were found on the victim's palms and wrists. No further injuries detected. Was she trying to tie him up? Was Missy actually, or not Missy, was Ashley trying to tie up Cyrus? Because it's weird that he has scars on his palms and wrists. It's very clear that it was the gunshot that killed him. Not much else to make note of, I don't think. You seem a little more open today. Forte talked some sense into me when we were in the garage. He told me I shouldn't try to forego attempts to escape this game. But I'm still finding myself photographing horrible things. He grumbled under her breath and exhaled sharply. Despite Cannon's frustration, thanks to her, we can speculate Cyrus and Ashley were victims of some kind of planned attack. The scene is quite unruly. I don't know if it would be more or less difficult to figure out the culprit in this scenario, since there are so many questionable things lying about. Yeah, as opposed to what happened to Pandora, this is a bit jarring. What were you? Where were you, though? I remember seeing you go into the garage with Cannon earlier. Yes, and that is precisely where we ended up. Huh? The two of us were investigating the garage as thoroughly as possible, but found nothing of note. We then went outside to investigate the other personal room doors at the end of the third floor living quarters hall. But as you may have figured out already, these personal room doors are locked. Amune. I heard him mutter something under his breath, but I couldn't quite understand it. Ahem. Where was I? Ken and I then heard the first shot of 4. We rushed into the garage and barricaded the doors from the inside. Are you lying, boy? You barricaded the doors. We thought it would be the best course of action to protect ourselves. Neither of us had the gun, so it had to be of someone else, right? After that first shot, we hid away in the garage until we heard a commotion in the third floor halls. It was quite frightening, hearing all 4 of those shots in such close vicinity. I never thought we would come upon this gruesome scene. Forte sighed and mournfully looked at Ashley. Is he lying in some kind of way? Is that why he said something under his breath? He felt bad about lying? I left him to watch over Ashley. So Forte and Cannon blocked the doors. That explains why the garage side double doors wouldn't open. Ashley's unconscious. I gently laid a hand on her shoulder for a moment. Ash, I swear I'll find out who did this to you. Can I look at anything else over here? First of all, let me save. It can't be Ashley. No, I don't think it was Ashley. Cyrus found dead in the smokehouse, yada yada yada. Who else do I need to talk to? Oh, okay. Cyrus's body. The room was already a mess, but the area around Cyrus in particular was in a state of disrepair. Let me do this. From the state of the room, it looks like a struggle occurred here, causing the kiosk to fall over along with the rest of the furniture, among other things. A notable item was a bottle and rag in the vicinity of Cyrus's body. Did the culprit knock him out before killing him? These two things also piqued my curiosity. What the hell? Where could this bottle and rag have come from anyway? What was he about to do? Throw a Molotov at somebody? That's crazy. Echo's not the killer, but this chapter may experience some changes with the narrator, I think. Missy, what would you have me think about after you just said all that? Please trust me. I don't know if I can. Okay, it's just gonna go through all that. Alright. Tisk, I can't really piece anything together based on everyone's testimony. I grumbled. I really have no choice but to investigate the bodies for more clues. I grit my teeth and tried to pore over Cyrus and Ashley's bodies for clues that could help elucidate who the culprit could be. Alright. Dang, we got a bunch of shit this time around. The kiosk had been knocked over. There's a faint streak of blood on the screen. It appears to be broken. How do you figure? Did that fall over on top of Ashley? Did that hit her in the head? Is that why she's unconscious right now? I'm just taking a shot in the dark, but I think the Monokuma file was printed from the casino kiosk because this one wasn't operational. Probably some technology involving proximity or some such. I really couldn't say since that sort of thing is out of my depth. Sure, but what does it have to do with the case? Well, I would believe the kiosk message would be relevant. Kiosk message? For the first time, I seem to have caught Missy off guard. Oh, if you're not aware of it, then I don't think I should concern you with the contents. What do you mean? Missy briskly walked away. Missy, do you know something? Hold up there, girl. The weapon that took Cyrus's life. The gun handle was covered in blood. 4 shots were fired, leaving 1 bullet. Quite a few people knew about the gun, so it might be difficult to determine who went to retrieve it. Cyrus's hands are covered in blood, with scars marking his palms and wrists. What the fuck does that mean? XL? Somehow the scars seem too neat. Did these scars occur during the struggle? Is that his death message? That's his dying message, isn't it? It's worth noting there's a blood all over the gun handle. In that case, is it possible Cyrus shot himself somehow? A suicide? Cyrus was shot above the heart. There are bloodstains all over his shirt. There's not much else to gather here. He's extra thick. According to the Monokuma file, Cyrus was fatally shot. Aside from that, the file says there were scars on his palms and wrists. I should get a closer look to see what else I can find. That's really it, to be honest. Can't find anything else. Or is there something I'm missing? I don't think so, right? IXXI, so 9 and 10. Let's go this way. All right, let's check her out. Ashley's unconscious. Is there anything in this photograph that can help us find out why? Cannon speculated that Ashley was attacked from behind. Let's see what else we can find out from the picture she took. It could be Missy? There are tears in her dress, or tears. They match the fabric that's lying about in the smokehouse lounge. Was Ashley attacked in the smokehouse lounge, then brought here by the culprit when she was knocked out? There's blood all over the palms of her hands, too. Where could this blood have come from? Was it from Lyle? Is that Lyle's blood? Blood is stuck to her head. See? There's blood stuck to the back. There's no victim attack, report, or anything, so we can't really say for certain, but an attack would explain her unconscious state, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's the best theory we have right now. Is it? Well, that's all we got over here. Well, that looks like everything here. We're done. I let out a deep sigh. Conducting an investigation was harrowing. I was exhausted beyond belief. Our group is already so small, yet given everyone's paired alibis, it's difficult to say who was behind this crime. That's the bad thing about this one, is like, so many people have alibis other than Missy, really. Missy's the only one. Everybody else was in like a pair, like he said. It was difficult to say, bearing one person. Missy, what could you be hiding? Missy, have you been lying to us this whole time? No, I can't jump to conclusions so quickly. It wouldn't be fair to Missy, but still, I have a bad feeling about all of this. Okie dokie, you all know what time it is. It's time for the class trial. I hope you have enough ammunition to shoot down the culprit. If not, then I guess you're all out of luck. The elevator will take you all to the courtroom once everyone has entered. If you leave anyone behind, then I guess you want them dead with, which seems cruel after a murder took place. Anyway, make your way to the courtroom within 10 minutes or you'll all get a taste of some yummy, toxic gases. I rubbed my forehead in distress. I like that Danganronpa reference right there. This vicious cycle we can't seem to find and an end of continued once more. Why? Just why? I went over Ashley's side and sat next to her. I gently placed 2 fingers at her wrist and felt her faint pulse. It was such an eerie feeling, knowing Ashley was alive but still so close to death. Forte laid his hand on my shoulder. Echo, we really ought to get going, lest we find ourselves in danger from Zero's capricious ways. You killed Cyrus, didn't you? I didn't know. I would never do such a thing. Yeah, you're right. Forte, would you mind? Not at all. Forte lifted Ashley from the knees with ease, carrying her to the elevator. I followed behind him, trying to keep a close distance to Ashley. The rest of the group sauntered into the elevator in their own small units. Lyle and Say Forte carrying Ashley, with Cannon and myself following, and Missy by her lonesome. The culprit is you? No, I would never do such a thing! No, that's wrong! I can't be the culprit. I was only playing the game. Once again, the air of distrust was heavy. Distrust? Where? But this time, the signs pointed at one person in particular. Missy Vesper. And she had nothing to say to disprove the signs. I was confused and hurt. How could I not suspect her? You know, I really want to see somebody make a Danganronpa distrust fan game. Like, try to make a game that's like as dark as distrust was. Or would that be like too crazy? The quiet elevator ride to the courtroom came to a stop. The doors opened up and revealed the circular room once more. I rushed in and raised my voice, calling at the expanse nothingness in the room. Zero, Eve, we know there's an infirmary connected to the courtroom, so please help Ashley. With a flash, the symbol for the other announcer, Eve, appeared. Echo, there's a cross button for the infirmary in the elevator. The doors will open up on the opposite side of the courtroom, leading you to the infirmary. I turned around and the courtroom side elevator door opened. I hopped in and pressed the cross button, opening the doors behind me. I agree that you aren't the culprit. Thank you! I appreciate it. Forte swiftly carried Ashley in and gently laid her on the infirmary bed. He stepped aside as I clambered to the bedside. Ash. Oh, Ash. I gazed at her as her chest gently raised and lowered with each weathered breath. I will do my best to monitor her. Please, leave your worries at the door. As Eve said that, mechanical arms came down from the ceiling and covered Ashley in a blanket. What the fuck? The infirmary was beyond advanced, as small machinery hooked itself to Ashley's unconscious body. The bedside monitor displayed her weakly beating heart. It was such a painful sight. Echo, we need to begin the class trial. His hushed voice was urgent, but not without concern. I know you want to be by her side, but all we could do now is try to find the culprit that did this awful thing to her. It's the best thing we could do to help her. Her health is out of our hands. Yeah. I steadily stepped back. Ashley, I'll figure out what happened to you. I swear on my life I'll find the culprit. Forte and I left the infirmary, crossed the elevator that connected the infirmary and courtroom, and came upon the trial floor once more. We're back! Everyone was already in their places as Forte and I crept to ours. Another murder. It was unreal. Cyrus's calm and unassuming demeanor made a 180 when his talent of ultimate charisma was revealed to be a ruse. He exposed a different side of him in return, but that strange, intense behavior was quickly ended. And Ashley's sudden attack. What could have possibly happened in the 2 rooms we found them in? However, despite the behavior Cyrus displayed, it was still shocking that someone would actually retaliate. Somehow, it felt like a hasty overreaction. But then again, a hasty reaction was what essentially pushed Art to bring Pandora's demise. It was difficult to call Art the culprit after the lack of black and white intentions. But we know he did it. We do. But in the grand scheme of things, the rules of society were set to deliver retribution to those who commit crimes. Oop, why did I pop back on the screen? Who's to say this place operates under the same conditions, though? The courtroom was eerily silent as we waited for Zero to appear. The atmosphere was justifiably tense. Lyle and Say shared a similar dark vibe. Cannon and Forte both looked unnerved, and Missy managed to put up a poker face despite the situation. Yeesh! It's about time you guys got here. And again, I have to say it, it's so weird how quiet you bunch are. Is no one amped up for another class trial? Of course not, you devil. Aye! Missy is so mean. It's a shame no one's excited, but this ball's gotta keep rolling whether you like it or not. My boy's here. Let's review the clues. I don't think we could do that last time. So we got blood stuck to Ashley's hands here. We got the blood stuck to Ashley's head. We have the scratch. We have the tears in dress. We have the bottle and rag. And we have the Cyrus's gun wound. What else do we have? The Cyrus's scars, the gun, the gunshots, the kiosk, the rope. I'm finished. Can we solve this trial together? Well, chat's been throwing theories around, but who do you think it is? Ask my boy Ridley51. I don't know. I actually don't really know. I feel like Missy's too obvious, so I don't think it's gonna be her. I mean, I'm not gonna throw it off the table, but maybe some bullshit will happen, kind of like how chapter 3 in Danganronpa happens, where usually that's the chapter where like something really crazy and incredible happens, and the next thing you know, the people that you don't think would kill somebody ends up killing somebody in like this weird, crazy way, like seesaw effect and shit. So what if something happens where Ashley ends up being the killer somehow because of some bullshit thing? Like she gets bullshitted completely and ends up being the killer, kind of like Chiaki. Like Cyrus set something up, like some kind of trap or something. But I mean, it could be Sei too. Sei seemed kind of weird and she was lying a lot too. So if I was to guess, the inner Danganronpa in me is saying Ashley, but from what I saw in that investigation while playing the game, I'm gonna have to go with Sei. So those are the two that I'm suspecting right now. Let's go over the rules, shall we? You're all on trial to figure out who the culprit is of today's heinous crime. The rules are as follows. Discuss, discover, and determine the culprit among you. Determine and vote incorrectly, and the entire class is executed with the culprit alone able to walk free. Determine and vote correctly, and the culprit alone will receive proper retribution and pairs at your hands. Our victim today is a Cyrus Cyric, the ultimate charisma. More like ultimate nonsense. Was no one suspicious of his name and talent? I would be. It really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that charisma was not really his talent. And Missy did say that. Regardless, I called him out on his BS last night, and look where we are now. You all really took what I said to heart, huh? Well, I'm glad. It saved me from having to get a motive set up and all that. So, without further ado, discuss away. Don't mind if I do. Oh, here we go. Lyle. Missy. You think you know what I'm going to say, huh? Then say it for yourself. You think I'm what? You think I'm the suspect? Ooh, gold star. The point is mute. I'm not the culprit, and that's all I'll say on the matter. And why do you expect me to just roll with that? Because if you all vote incorrectly, then we'll all be in danger. Prove my innocence or take my word for it. Missy, what's going on with you? I have my convictions. I'm refusing to share my alibi for my own reasons. And yet you don't fear the consequences? You're ridiculous. I'll lay it out all nice for you, okay? And then we can discuss whether or not holding your tongue is the wisest thing to do in this scenario. Consider the facts. You were not partnered with anyone, you refused to share an alibi, and you were the one who had the gun in the first place. Do you know what killed the victim this time? A gunshot. You likely proposed traveling in groups so you could operate on your own. Isn't this all too damning not to be true? Despite her dangerously challenging Lyle, I held my belief in Missy steadfast. I wanted in all sincerity to trust everyone involved in this horrible game, but considering 2 people have been murdered, 1 executed and 1 attacked, it was becoming difficult to justify my stance. I don't get it. What is there for you to hide, Missy? You know what? Forget it. I'm taking charge of this discussion. Once again, I can only rely on myself. Echo, you're a walking record of events. Tell me why I shouldn't think Missy was alone during the crime. Walking record? I'm not some encyclopedia of evidence. I am the ultimate memory. What do you mean? I should remember everything. Or canon. You have some sort of weird photo fess up. Echo or canon, I don't care. One of you pipe up with something we can work with. It can't be possible that neither of you two saw anything. Shut up, Lyle. I have no photograph of the sort. I was in the garage with Forte for the majority of the crime. We boarded ourselves up in the garage as soon as we heard the first shot, so I couldn't have ran out to capture anything. I can verify that is indeed what we did. I think I could verify that too. And not only that, I was trapped in the art gallery just before the third shot, and I couldn't open the doors that connected the gallery and garage. The double doors on the third floor don't have locks on them, so I couldn't figure out why the garage side doors wouldn't open. But it seems they wouldn't open because Cannon and Forte blocked it. We did in fact board the main hall and gallery side doors. It was for our safety. And as for the main hall doors leading out from the gallery, they were blocked for some inexplicable reason. Yeah, I don't remember why, but I heard banging from inside the gallery when Lyle and I arrived at the third floor. This discussion doesn't prove anything. Shoot, it's entirely possible neither Cannon nor I saw anything. I just need someone to help me convince Lyle. That's the smell of BS. Wait, I think I can help you remember. I remember seeing you were holding a certain something after you opened the door for me. I need to just say something that will jog her memory. The rope! This ought to spark your memory, Say. Say was holding a length of rope when she opened the gallery's double doors to let Echo out. The double doors were mysteriously locked beforehand. Yep. Oh yeah. When Lyle and I arrived at the third floor, I heard banging from the gallery and unwound the rope from the double doors. I didn't expect to find Echo stuck in the gallery. See, Lyle, there's no way either Cannon or I saw anything that happened during the crime. If anything, we should talk about those two since they have some questionable actions. That's right. Say, Missy, said you were in your personal room for a portion of the morning. Yes, she declined an invitation to my morning announcement. Yeah. But later I heard 2 shots. I poked my head out, only to get dragged out of my room by Lyle. She doesn't seem very confident in how she's speaking. I was investigating the mansion. I figured if anything fishy was going on, I'd have a witness with me to back my testimony. And while nothing happened to us in particular, at least I have a witness to my alibi during the gunshots. Despite that, you still were acting highly suspicious this morning, smashing the ovens and all. Lyle, don't you think you yourself want an explanation for what you were doing? Huh? I don't need to justify anything I'm doing. I'm the ultimate puzzle master, put in this evil game to solve it inside out. If you all have any faith in your ultimate talents, you'll have faith in mine and my goals too. I don't care if I break the rules, it's all part of the plan. I'll avenge Art. I'll stop the killings. I'm solving this killing game on my own. Come hell or high water. Dude, calm down. What the fuck's wrong with you? But didn't it occur to you that I'm on that same agenda? What? There aren't any stakes for you, Missy. Art was the only person I've encountered that really made me feel respected. Here we go. I can only trust myself. I'll work alone until I can grasp the solution with my own hands. Only then will it be real. Everyone involved, you're all just pieces of this puzzle. Ew, what does this guy even say? You're an oddball, Lyle. But thanks for reminding me. Reminding you of what? I don't have much power outside the courtroom, believe it or not. Eve mostly controls and monitors all that outside boring stuff, so I couldn't punish you for breaking the ovens. There it is. Wait, what? With a snap, Zero's hologram warped behind Lyle and sent a jolt of electricity through him. Ah! Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! This is what you get for fiddling with my electric door trap. Oh, shit! Get wrecked, bitch! Lyle gripped the stand, his body convulsing from the shock. He needed that. The rest of us took a step back. The very air around Lyle felt sharp and dangerous. I think Lyle's been fried enough. There's no fun or suspense to be had in killing you myself unless I'm executing a culprit. Let this be a lesson. Don't mess with my stuff. Zero finally stopped and returned to his original stand. And that's what happens when you don't. That's what happens when you don't believe. You gotta follow the rules, bro. Ugh. But somehow, Lyle remained standing. Lyle, fool, this is my sexual fantasy. That's a good one, Felipe. Please, we need to move the discussion along. Unless we face a similar dangerous fate, we need to discuss the case. Shut it, Missy! We're here because of you! Lyle was livid. I know, I can tell. Fighting back against collapsing using some sort of sheer force. I'm taking control of the discussion this time. Echo, I need you to recall as much information as you can about the murder weapon. What? Who do you think you are demanding such things? I am Lyle Devotion Termina, the ultimate puzzle master. Need I say again? I'll solve this case like I've solved all the puzzles that have come my way. Your memories are a tool for solving this case, and by God, I'll use them. Get to it, Echo. I don't have all day. All right. I'll try to relay what I remember to you all. Lyle might be against Missy, but going over the timeline could help us put her in the clear. I think we need to start from when the murder weapon was revealed. Who was originally in possession of the gun? Missy, right? Missy Vesper was the one who initially revealed the gun this morning. She said she woke up in her personal room with the gun given to her as a test to see whether or not she belonged with the preservation project. Missy called me and some of the other students to discuss her possessing the gun. Who were the students in the group? Wasn't it me? Definitely not the one with saying it. It was the first one. Missy assembled a small group this morning to discuss the existence of this weapon and how she fully intended not to cause harm with it. The group consisted of Forte, Ashley, Missy, and Cannon. Everyone at that morning meeting agreed to place an implicit trust in our peers. Missy left the gun in the foyer. After the meeting, Missy left the gun on the main foyer table, wrapped in the cloth she had been carrying it in. After discussing the existence of such a weapon, something happened. Lyle was destroying the kitchen oven. We discussed the existence of the gun, among other things, until we were interrupted by a loud sound coming from the kitchen. Our whole group went over at once to see what was going on, and there we found Lyle, destroying the kitchen oven. Lyle announced that he would solve the killing game and went to the 3rd floor. Lyle said he would solve the killing game and absconded to the 3rd floor to look for more clues, all the while clutching the secret note from yesterday. He left the kitchen and took the elevator up as the rest of us remained in the foyer, confused. Shortly after, Cyrus appeared at the top of the 2nd floor stairs, causing someone to act, and that was Missy. Shortly after Lyle departed for the 3rd floor, Cyrus made an appearance at the top of the 2nd floor stairs. Missy went up to confront Cyrus by having a conversation with him in the jazz club. Thank you, Yoshi bro. I will actually save right now. The rest of us went to investigate the 3rd floor for an escape route. I believe it's worth mentioning that Cannon and Forte went up first, with me and Ashley following afterward. None of us took the gun. I think the topic of Missy and Cyrus's conversation needs discussing. Missy, what did you and Cyrus talk about in the jazz club earlier? I was attempting to extract information from him. As you all know, he was acting highly suspicious yesterday. However, rather than avoid him, I thought to take action and confront him head first. You said this before, but can you explain why you think he's putting on a facade? I mean, for all we know, every word out of his mouth could be a lie. Body language. Huh? Body language? It seems Cannon noticed it as well. Cyrus's body language gives off the impression that he's tense, as if he were being pressured or under stress. Actions speak louder than words, after all. That's true. I did think he looked a little more foreboding than usual. Ultimately, did you get anything from him? Unfortunately not. He was just the same stubbornly cryptic person as he was last night. So that's it? In Echo's recollection of people involved with the murder weapon, whose name came up several times? Missy. So don't you think your course of actions would heavily imply a murderous intent to be the victim? I was beginning to have my doubts about her. But if this discussion is worth anything, it had to be a test, whether or not I could really trust Missy. She revealed a gun after all, and asked us to tactically trust her. Should I even trust her to begin with? What if she was just goading someone to be incriminated so she could get away with it? Should I trust Missy? Yes or no? Oh, snap. Don't trust her? Why? Missy is good, though. We're gonna trust her. We have to trust her. Some people are saying no. Some of you guys are saying no? You don't like Missy? She ate the culprit? Right. She's too sus to be the culprit. Exactly. Which means that she can't be the culprit. Trust her? Save? Let's save. We're going for it. I need to believe in her. That means scrutinizing her actions to free her from suspicion. We can't afford to jump to conclusions. If I may, I think we need to turn over as many questionable facts as we can to lift suspicion. Everyone is saying don't trust her. I know, Nier fan. I know. I agree. The evidence is unmistakably painted with Missy's name, but I'm still not convinced she would have the malicious intent to kill Cyrus. Missy was the one who suggested splitting up to find things that could threaten Cyrus into talking. Is that so? It was after she had her conversation with Cyrus in the morning. Our morning group of Cannon, Forte, Ashley, and myself paired off to investigate the third floor for an escape route. After some time, Missy met up with me and Ashley outside the garage to talk about Cyrus's weird behavior. It was then that she discussed with Ashley the idea of threatening Cyrus to talk. This was just before the shots began. Then it's clear that she used that opportunity to act alone and retrieve the gun herself to shoot Cyrus. How would bringing that up lift suspicion from Missy? If anything, it's more damning proof. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. That's my cue. Let me cut through those words. Just a minute, please. What I don't understand is this. Why would Missy kill Cyrus if she didn't get the information she wanted? The motivation is lost, and there shouldn't be any reason to threaten him further in that case. He could be lying about not getting information, just like how she's withholding her alibi. Give it up. Why should we be protecting the culprit? Missy's the only one of extreme suspicion, and if you can disprove it, then by all means. I can't doubt Missy now. She's the one who made the bold move of bringing the gun to our attention. Now I have to trust that she didn't do anything wrong. Think. Is there anything we saw at the crime scene that can clear Missy of suspicion? Okay, let's do this one. Hang on just a minute. We need to discuss every aspect of this case before jumping to any conclusions. I believe there's something at the crime scene that can clear Missy of suspicion. Then out with it! Oof. Is it the kiosk? Oh, it could be the tears in the dress too. No, wait, but he had the markings on his hand. I'm gonna say the gun. A small revolver. The handle is covered in blood. 4 shots were fired, leaving 1 bullet. Quite a few people knew about the gun. God damn, he spammed gun. What the fuck? He spammed gun like hell. Yes. Even though it's been noted several times that the gun puts Missy in a dangerous situation, I think this could save her. It's the only thing I could think of, but I need to spin this into an argument somehow. I get it, because revolvers spin. That's not funny. Lyle, say, I'm certain you would remember something like this. Before discovering the body, you ran into Missy in the 3rd floor main hall, correct? If that's the case, you might remember something that would connect to the murder weapon. There was blood stuck to the handle of the gun. I think Ryoshi really wanted you to pick gun? Girl, I picked gun, and like as soon as after I picked gun, I looked right to the chat and all I saw was gun, 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 gun. Like, this motherfucker like spam that shit. I should dislike just for that. I dare you. If Missy really did kill Cyrus by shooting him, why didn't she have a blood stuck to her hands when you saw her? You wouldn't be able to forget something seeing... Or whoa. I'm starting to read backwards and shit. I've been reading so much. You wouldn't be able to forget seeing something shocking like bloodstained hands. Easy. Missy could have washed her hands. She didn't say this, but as Say and I came up the stairs to the 3rd floor, I saw Missy exiting one of the personal rooms. She refuses to share her alibi because she must have been plotting the crime with an accomplice to the 3rd floor. All I see is gun. The Echo is the son of Amazon Echo and Dipper Pines. That's why she was acting fishy when Lyle confronted her. Huh? Is that true? I believe I did hear something like that outside the garage doors. Is that what the conversation was about? Oh shit, Missy, what's going on? Lyle, you must be a raving madman if you think you could run around the building alone. I'm not doing anything suspicious. I'm trying to get us out of here, unlike the rest of you. And what were you doing poking around in one of the 3rd floor personal rooms anyway? There's none of your business. Where the fuck was Say? That was the thing that I was trying to bring up earlier. Say wasn't with him. He said that Say was with him. But in that discussion, she said that he was alone. That altercation might be worth taking note of. Lyle and Say's account. Yes, take that. So you heard that. Yes, Missy was seen poking around in a 3rd floor personal room. It's plausible that she was plotting something with a 3rd person, creating an accomplice. That person, you could have planned this from the start. You leave the gun out for this 3rd-party person to retrieve after you have your conversation with Cyrus. After your morning group leaves, this person is hiding, waiting for the opportunity to act on your call. They get the gun for you while you talk to Ashley and Echo, essentially telling them to leave the 3rd floor so Missy can accept the gun and confront Cyrus after the two have left. Okay, Lyle. Disgusting! Ladies and gentlemen, Missy's silence is an indication that she is giving up the fight, meaning she has no defense that disproves her having an accomplice. No way. I have my doubts, but with such a suggestive alibi, it's difficult to see the truth. Oh no, at this point, it's Say. It's Say. It's gotta be Say. I can't say it with confidence either. Shoot, I have to think. Missy's relying on us for help. Could Missy have had an accomplice to Cyrus's murder? She has blood on her hands. It's Danganronpa. You can't trust anybody. I think this is no. But I'm gonna save. But I think it's no. If she didn't have an accomplice or a 3rd party wasn't involved, then Missy really would be the culprit. I can't find it in me to betray her trust like this. There needs to be another angle. I need to bank on a 3rd party being involved to get Missy out of the woods. Forte, Cannon, no. I still want to believe Missy. If there really is an accomplice involved, isn't it reasonable to ask Zero to call them into the courtroom? We can't vote for someone who isn't there, right? Or here. Missy's innocence depends on this. If you want us to properly discuss this trial with appropriate judgment, it shouldn't be unreasonable to ask for the introduction of this 3rd party. Zero, please call whoever it is on the 3rd floor. We know there are others up there. Okay, give me a minute. Is he really about to do that? Zero's hologram warps out. After a tense silence, a rumbling fills the courtroom. In the 6 empty stands scattered between our classmates, 6 dark photographs appeared. There they were. Other students. There they are! So that's what happened with Cyrus's hands. So, this is the reality? How could this be? Yep, there's absolutely no possibility that the rest of your classmates could have killed Cyrus. They're super dead. Could be lying about this though. And since those others are dead, there would be no point to run water to their rooms, right? It would be such a waste. That girl looked like a blonde Marianne from Fire Emblem. This one right here? Yo! For this record. Oh, or this one right here, right? Right? This one's the Marianne one. I see it. For the record, the room she went to was Darling Brined Ivories, which is way at the end of the hall. The rest? Those others? Oh yeah. Echo, you're always out of the loop. That one looks like Miyu. Iruma. I think I saw Miyu's twin sister. Yeah, I did too. Read this. Ultimate host, bird watcher, hairdresser, stud woman, knight, and race car driver. Really? That's kind of cool. There's the X. There's another X here. There's scissors there. What is she? Genocide or show? I'ma stop. An ultimate class roster usually consists of 16 students. I guess you weren't suspicious of it or anything since you never have any idea what's going on. I hope this satisfies your accomplice, Siri. Zero's hologram returns in the center of our circle of stands, basking in the melancholy of our horrified faces. So there's no accomplice. Big whoop. That still doesn't put Missy in the clear. Her activity on the 3rd floor is highly problematic. Hang on. This might not put her in the clear, but I caught something earlier that we could probably talk about. Missy, you know something about those scars on Cyrus's hands? I do. Cyrus usually has his hands clenched into a tight fist, but during my conversation with him, he opened his hands and revealed the scars to me. All I can say is, I recognize the scarring. The specific figure they're slashed in is a calling card from someone I know. The Phantom Thieves? The scars were still rather raw, so I must assume he kept his hands close to prevent excessive bleeding. Additional information has been added. Cyrus's hands were covered in blood with seemingly neat scars marking his palms and wrists. According to Missy's account, his scars were present before this crime. They were carved into his hands by someone Missy knows. So this was before the crime. Joker confirmed for this game. Oh shit. If that's true, the very same scars we saw at the crime scene must have occurred before whatever struggle transpired in the Smokehouse Lounge. As opposed to, perhaps, the assumption that the scars were a result of a struggle. Then let me get this straight. Missy, during a conversation with Cyrus, you claimed he told you nothing of importance. Yes. Sometime during that conversation, he revealed his scar hand to you. Then he can assume those scars were present on his hands far before you had your conversation this morning. That's correct. But with these facts, it's possible to say that Missy's discussion with Cyrus had nothing to do with the murder. If we consider the scars, when Cyrus showed his hands to Missy, and she did not kill him there in the jazz... I can't talk anymore. Oh my god, my head! When Cyrus showed his hands to Missy, and she did not kill him there in the jazz club after such a threatening display, would it not be far-fetched to say it's possible Missy felt no motivation whatsoever to kill Cyrus? Oh yeah, there wasn't motivational music or anything this time, just a forced motive question. But at the time of the forced motive question's announcement, Lyle was noisily breaking assets in the kitchen. Did anyone happen to catch what the question was? Oh, it was, Wait, how do you not know? Why does he keep asking questions? You're the ultimate memory. Dude, if I was in that trial right now, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, bitch, you should know this already. You're the ultimate memory. Why are you asking us? I wasn't paying any attention to the announcement. I was also preoccupied with Lyle's actions. I can't say I know what the question pertained to. Lyle? I don't know what it was about either. Luckily, I happen to have caught it, and I'm sure Zero can support me on this clip. This man asked us. He literally asked us, hey, did anybody else catch it? No, we didn't catch it. Oh, well, guess what I did? Like, what does that mean? The forced motive question today was, do you believe your talent can benefit the world? Yes, indeedy, that's what the question was. I'm dead. He was asking to see if they heard it, I assume. Well, like, why wouldn't you just tell us? Therefore, given our knowledge of Missy and how she intended to utilize her talent, it's unlikely she was pressured by the question. It's not relevant anyway. Missy still could have been threatened by his display of strange behavior from last night. After all, was she not the one who still confronted Cyrus earlier today? If she said she didn't hear it, whatever was presented as the motive question doesn't factor in. Try as you might, Echo, but there's no use of protecting someone who committed a terrible act. Damn it! There's too much evidence stacked against Missy. Despite the overwhelmingly incriminating facts against her, Missy still remains calm. Is she still waiting for us to act on her behalf? Out of trust? She's still trusting us after all of this. Think. I remember, she said. You know what I love about this game? What Cynthia did really well is she captured Danganronpa a lot, because like that is something Danganronpa would have done. Like he would have, I feel like if Makoto was the ultimate memory, he would be asking the same questions. He would have done that exactly. Good night, Cassell. I ought to use the gun to threaten him into talking. Make no mistake, I have absolutely no intention of firing it, but Cyrus doesn't need to know that. I need to trust Missy's intentions. I need to construct an argument that doesn't involve Missy. That means Lyle's been aggressively utilizing the connection between Missy and the gun for his argument. But if we follow the faith that Missy did not use the gun at all and remove her from the picture, perhaps we could tackle the argument from a different side. With just the gun solely in question, we can ask, who really handled the gun? Who handled the gun? We know now that it's inconceivable a third party, such as any of the other 6 students, was involved. Let's eliminate the possibilities while considering the group's alibis. Fine. Why don't we entertain the thought? Given the bloodstain handled the gun, whoever held the gun must have stayed in their hands in the process. There can only be 2 people who handled it. Cyrus and Ashley. Is it possible Cyrus killed himself? Close. Echo, do you think Ashley is capable of killing? What? No way, Ash would never. After all, I'm certain she knows of the dangers of killing someone. Her own life would be on the line. So what? If her life was threatened, don't you think she would retaliate? Anyone would fight back. Fight or flight, Echo. That can't be it. Besides, you confirmed it yourself. We recognize that everyone has an alibi, and we discovered there would be no way for Missy to wash her hands even if she was in the personal room. Wait, no. If you really want to stand by Missy being trustworthy, then you have to realize there must be someone else within our group that killed him. No, Ash. Ash doesn't have a motive either. Echo, think about it. Throw away your relation to Ashley and think logically. No. No. My head was pounding. I began to feel dizzy. Something inside me whispered. It whispered something I didn't want to hear. If Ashley had the rope when we were together on the 2nd floor, and there was no rope to be found at the crime scene, she must have bound the double doors of the gallery. Say confirmed that the rope kept me locked in the gallery. But why would Ash shove me in the gallery and bind the doors? To protect you? For my protection? If you think about whoever handled the gun, it can only be those 2 people. No. I don't want to think about it. Please. Stop this! Ooh. Should we discuss Ashley being the potential culprit? Big yikes. Let's save. Damn. I don't think she's the culprit, but like I said, I thought it was Sei or her. So I was kind of leaning on both. I'm just gonna say let's continue with it. Maybe. Yes, we need to. Echo isn't of sound mind because of the relation with Ashley, but talking about Ashley's involvement is necessary to make proper judgment. Damn. Yikes. Echo, you good over there? I won't accept this. If Echo refuses to understand that Ashley is the only person who is capable of handling the gun about shooting Cyrus, then I'll have to lay out all the pieces for them. Puzzle pieces as always. Echo, allow me to discuss the facts. All of them. Even the unsavory, trifling matters will come to play. Just like when you were the ones who noticed Art was the one who said the music was different in the spa lounge. What the hell? If you insist on protecting Missy, there's one person whose actions remain to be scrutinized. And Ashley is the culprit in question. Do I have any objections? Were we Lyle for a second there? What the fuck was happening? The rest of the class remained silent as Echo glared a hole in me. Are we playing as Lyle right now? Again! Let us begin with the weapon, the mysterious gun that was in Missy's possession. Seeing as the gun handle was stained with blood, we can surmise only 2 people were in contact with it. As we found on the crime scene, both Cyrus and Ashley had bloodstains all over their hands, which naturally leads us to believe one of them fired the gun. Based on the evidence of scarring provided by the Monokuma file and Missy's account, it would appear Cyrus was wielding the gun first. Ashley's hands don't show signs of broken skin, which means she must have stained her hands from some other source. Best OST is here. That's true. I attempted to recover the gun myself, but found it was missing from the foyer table. Then it's likely Cyrus got to it before you. Regretfully so. Then at the speculated time in question, Cyrus is the only possible suspect to have handled the gun. Moving on, I believe we can all agree, based on the sounds heard, there were 4 shots fired in total. In that case, we need to determine the order and relevance of each shot. Ken and I boarded ourselves in the garage on the 3rd floor after the first shot. And Lyle and I partnered up after the second, but we were all the way on the 1st floor. So we could determine these first 2 shots were not the dangerous ones, since no one was within the vicinity of the smokehouse and there were 2 gunshots in the wall. However, between the 2nd and 3rd shot is where Ashley's alibi becomes problematic. Dude, screw ultimate memory! We got the ultimate puzzle master! Echo? You're wrong! Okay! There's nothing wrong with Ashley's alibi. I can verify for her. I was with Ashley from when she went to the 2nd floor to the climbing center, as well as when she went to the 3rd floor. I never let her out of my sight the entire time we were traveling down and up the stairs. Damn, Echo's thoughts and judgments are being clouded by the relation to Ashley. Yeah, he's freaking out. I have to focus somewhere in Echo's statement and lay the facts straight so they understand. There's nothing wrong with Ashley's alibi. I can verify for her. I was with Ashley from when she went to the 2nd floor to the climbing center, as well as when she went to the 3rd floor. I never let her out of my sight the entire time we were traveling down and up the stairs. What the hell? Oh, wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I never let her out of my sight. Okay, there it is. What clues proves Echo and Ashley were separated? The rope? Present. Oh, present. This is my present. Argue! You're missing a piece in your argument. So did you say Ashley shoved you in the art gallery just before you heard the 3rd shot? The rope binding the doors proved that there was a moment that you 2 were separated from sight. Dude, I'm gonna fucking laugh if Lyle is supposed to be the fucking actual protagonist of this game. That'd be crazy. It's possible that she entered the smokehouse lounge in that time frame. Ugh. In that case, the 4th and final shot ought to be the one that killed Cyrus. The only person without an alibi, given Echo's testimony of the culprit's last movements. The only person left is Ashley. You're wrong! Dude, he's killing me right now! No, Ash. Ash yelled Missy's name. It's possible Missy was within the vicinity of the smokehouse. Wait, what? It would be Lyle and Say's account, right? They spotted her exiting the personal room at the very end of the living quarters hall upon arriving on the 3rd floor. Oop, my bad. Chill Echo? I know, right? Wait just a minute. Oh, Say's coming in now? She's coming in hot. Wait, that's not possible. Remember, Missy was spotted by me and Lyle as she was exiting a personal room. That room was at the end of the living quarters, so she couldn't have been near the smokehouse lounge. Yes, I concede holding my tongue. It's the friends effect. Yikes. I was withholding of my alibi earlier, but the point of secrecy is passed after the revelation of the other deceased students. I kept my alibi secret so I wouldn't bring worry and disillusionment to the trial from the start. I was in my close friend's personal room, darling Brian Ivory, as Zero mentioned earlier. Cyrus unlocked the door for me after our conversation, telling me to see for myself. I went with hopes to find some indication of her being there, being here with us in this mansion, however. What I discovered was harrowing. The absolute lack of life in the room drained my spirit. I wanted nothing more than to refuse the setup, to delude myself into thinking it was a trick composed by Cyrus. But after seeing these grim frames of our other 6 friends, as well as Darling's calling card slash marks, my fears have become reality. My alibi is as follows. I did not leave the 3rd floor personal room of Darling after I heard the 2nd gunshot. Therefore, I did not see Ashley on the 3rd floor at all. So Ashley really is the only possible person to have encountered Cyrus in the smokehouse. In that case, we can assume from the appearance of the room that Ashley and Cyrus fought in the duration of time between the 3rd and 4th shot. He's coming back! You're wrong! Dude, what the fuck? This is crazy! I've never seen a fucking protagonist go against a side character like this. The smokehouse lounge was in a state of disarray, but the casino wasn't. Ashley's body was found in the casino, so... No, there's no visible evidence of the two fighting. What? The tears in the dress, hello? Present. Oh shit, everybody's going against him! This is crazy. A new tactic is in order. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but your judgment is clouded. Dude, the protagonist is gonna be wrong for once? There are tears in Ashley's dress that matches the pieces of fabric littered around the room. Why is Ashley not defending herself? The only logical explanation for the fabric tears, along with the disheveled state of the room, would be that Ashley was involved in a struggle with Cyrus. Since we've determined Cyrus was the one initially wielding the gun, it's plausible in the heat of the struggle, Ashley wrestled the gun out of his hands and shot him with a 4th shot. And that's how both their hands became stained with blood. Cyrus stained the gun with the scars on his palms, and Ashley stained hers afterwards when she gained possession of the gun herself. No. Oh. With our new conjecture, turn the events over in your head and tell me who is responsible for this, Echo. Face the facts. I refuse. Oh, not this music. I don't even recall Ash considering Cyrus a threat. So what motive would she have to kill him anyway? To protect you, dumbass. Are you not getting it? Echo, why you always lying? Why are you lying? That couldn't be further from the truth. Besides, if Ash killed Cyrus, why was she in such a life-threatening condition when we saw her? She must have been struck on the back of the head, which caused her head to bleed, forming the bloodstain we saw on her body. Anyone who's felt pain typically would reach toward the area inflicted. In this case, she must have been struck on the head and she held the top of her bleeding head with her hands. Therefore, she must have stained her hands from the blood on her head. Please, there must be anyone else involved. Anyone but her. Jeez. Echo, you really are a stubborn one. Don't you understand the danger we're in? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why would Ash endanger herself like this? It seems so careless. Based on Ashley's implicated actions, it's hard to believe she was negligent about facing the danger. I just don't get it. Why would Ash endanger herself like, oh wait, I gotta click on something? I believe there's something else that needs to be brought to Echo's attention. Oh, right here, the bottle and rag, right? Or should we talk about the kiosk message? Well, let's talk about the bottle and rag. A bottle of ethanol was found on the scene. The rag is soaked in the liquid. There's some blood stains on the bottle and rag. Oh, I guess not. I guess it is the... Or is it the gun wound? Oh, it is the kiosk. Okay. Seems like Echo isn't aware of this. Present. Yo, she looks badass. Allow me to widen your depth of field. I get it. I fucking get it. That's a good one. I like that. I believe I have the answer. Or rather, we all do. Cannon, you don't mean. It seems Echo didn't see the kiosk message. Kiosk message? Remember the digital kiosk can deliver dictated messages across other kiosks in the building? A message was dictated from the smokehouse sometime after the third shot was fired. Zero may be able to confirm this. It read, Cyrus says, kill Echo from the smokehouse lounge. What? Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, Say and I saw it in passing at the top of the second floor stairs. Come on! You heard those gunshots too, right? So far there have been 3. Yeah, but I don't know where they're coming from. Lyle, slow down, I can't keep up. We can't take our sweet time in a moment like this, Lyle, look. The kiosk, it's displaying a message. Cyrus says, kill Echo, Smokehouse Lounge. What the hell? The Smokehouse Lounge, could it be? Ashley protected him, dude. He's not getting it. Do we have to spell it out for this guy? What can we infer from the contents of the message? That Echo might have been Cyrus's intended target. Echo? Ashley didn't endanger herself out of carelessness, but for your sake. She threw her life into the fray to keep yours safe. Then it's absolutely clear that the 4th shot must have been the one to kill Cyrus. The shot fired after Ashley left Echo's side. I don't understand. Why for me? I'm not like the rest of you. I'm no ultimate student. I can't survive this strife between ultimates. I don't have skills or talents to offer the world. It should have been me. At the opposite end of the gun. Damn. GG. Pardon me. The voice of Eve interrupted the looming courtroom silence. I have an update on Ash's health. She is steadily recovering at the moment. Just go ahead and bury her ass because she's dead. If she ends up being the culprit. She's okay? But I discovered traces of alcohol in her system. Alcohol? Yes, it was inhaled. Oh, from the bottle. Inhaled. That means the ethanol bottle and soaked rag at the crime scene was used to incapacitate her to some degree. Yes, however, it was particularly harmful to Ashley since she has an alcohol allergy, causing her body to go into anaphylactic shock. Then, in light of this new information, is it not possible that Missy incapacitated Ash? Or Zero used some sort of gaseous substance to harm her? Zero's killing game announcement always talks about toxic gases, so it's possible he's the one behind it. Echo still refuses to align themselves with the reality of this case. Damn it, Echo! At the start of the trial, I was at the receiving end of a shot given to me by Zero for breaking the rules. He has no rule-breaking punishment capabilities outside the courtroom. Zero, would you involve yourself in the killing game? What? I'm only the arbiter of the game. I said before, it's no fun killing you myself unless I'm executing a culprit. No, this can't be. You still don't get it! We've been running around in circles in this trial because you vehemently refuse to face the truth. Don't you have any value in your life? Your lapse in judgment is what will get us all killed. Title drop! Fucking title drop right there. Ladies and gentlemen. Title drop. Echo stared at me with empty eyes. I could see the despair, a deep, swirling void of pain, like Art's. Lyle, please, have some sympathy, but I have to agree with you. Echo, please. The trial is difficult to participate in, but it's necessary to determine the culprit for our safety. Big F's for Echo out here, ladies and gentlemen. Allow yourself to be selfish and act on self-preservation instead of on the well-being of others. Don't concern yourself with protecting me. Don't concern yourself with speaking for Ashley. You'll only end up hurting yourself if we judge this case incorrectly. Just follow the truth and you could protect yourself. I know I'm asking a lot since the truth isn't what you want to hear, but please. I fell silent as Missy pleaded for Echo to come to their senses. I hope Missy's words will get through to them. Uh-oh. He's not looking too hot. Protect myself? I felt the need to protect Missy, acting out of trust. And I felt the need to protect Ashley in her stead, but what about me? I'm stuck. Stuck between an implicit, intangible trust in Missy and my unbreakable bond of friendship with Ashley. They're both my friends. It's too painful to betray them, but the trial calls for the truth to be illuminated. The purpose of our discussion is to shed light on the truth. The heavy truth of who would commit the inconsolable act of killing Cyrus. I've forgotten the reason we're here, to save ourselves. The only thing I can think of is to remove myself from the relations of those two, to weigh my judgment. If you dissociate the crime scene from Missy's interrogating agenda, we need to think from when we heard the gunshots, since Cyrus was in possession of the gun at that moment. Considering everyone's alibi and the evidence of gunshots in the wall, we can determine that the first two gunshots were not harmful. Ashley left me behind in the gallery to find Missy, thinking the gunshots were from her getting the gun. The third gunshot occurred before or after I was locked in the gallery. Was it after? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to tap into my ultimate memory because I'm not the ultimate memory. He is. But I think it was after. Yes, okay, maybe that was right. Yes, the third gunshot was fired after I was unwittingly locked in the gallery. Just before that, I heard Ashley call Missy's name, as well as exclaim, "You!" to an unknown person. Ashley attempted to call for Missy wherever she was. However, from the direction of the smokehouse lounge, the sound of a door slamming was heard and something seemed to have occurred inside given the state of the room. Signs of a struggle. There being 3 gunshots lodged in the walls of the smokehouse indicate the third shot must not have caused direct harm. We could assume the struggle occurred between the third and fourth shot, and that the fourth shot was the one that killed Cyrus, but there's a little more to think about since Eve provided some new information. At the crime scene, a bottle and alcohol-soaked rag was found in the vicinity of someone's body. It was technically around Cyrus's, right? Oh wait, in the inside? Oh, okay, yeah, I thought it was that one. The bottle and rag had some traces of blood on them, likely from when Cyrus handled the 2 items. We could infer that the bottle and rag was used sometime during the struggle. There was someone who showed symptoms of being knocked out. Okay, that's where I got confused. All right, because it's inside of her, but that question was asking, it was in the vicinity of whose body, which was Cyrus's. But she's the one that ingested it. Despite this, there are many signs of strife indicated by clues on her body. He must have found Cyrus before ultimately falling unconscious, If that's the case, Cyrus being the only other person involved in the strife must have... this one. The tables must have turned during their fight. Cyrus started with the gun, but in the end, he was the one who fell. Let's go! The person who was in the room was Cyrus. The person who fought him and eventually ended his life before falling into a dark sleep is... Aww. She's my dear friend. But this is her actual title, technically. Aww. Ash. That's a big yikes. Wait, she's here? Oh, what the fuck? Alright, I think that's been enough dawdling for one class trial. Seems like you're all done talking anyway, judging from the huge silence and intense staring at Echo. It's voting time! Damn. Well. Oh, Ashley Westbridge is the culprit. Are you certain that Ashley is the culprit? Yes. Are you certain you want to vote Ashley off? No. Of course not. Are you certain that Ashley is the culprit? What? Then what are you waiting for? I don't know. Congratulations! You all voted correctly. Yes, the culprit responsible for the murder of Cyrus Sirik is none other than the ultimate jockey, Ashley Westbridge. Damn. You know, I'll let this one slide since I never told you all, but not voting is a big no-no, Echo. Ha! I feel kind of silly for not putting that rule out there, but I believe voting should be common sense, especially since lives are on the line, but alas. Think of it this way. You're voting for the lesser of two evils. Punish one person for committing a crime or punish everyone for being stupid. But I can see in Echo's face that they figured it out, so I suppose I'll call it a vote. Aren't I just his nicest, most flexible judge ever? He didn't vote! Echo, you didn't vote? How could I? Unbelievable! Everyone's lives are at stake and you still have the audacity to protect the culprit? You're a hopeless case, Echo. I don't understand how you fail to recognize the weight of our actions. The truth was glaringly obvious, yet you continue to turn away. You have no semblance of consequence. How dare you refuse to give your all to save yourself? Why are you attacking me? I just lost a friend. Don't you know how I feel too, Lyle? We've already lost 3 friends. Why does the cycle keep turning? Of course I know how you feel, but it's pointless to let things spin out like this. That's why I'm trying my best to solve this killing game. Come on, Lyle, you know you were hurt in the last one. I don't need you turning your cheek away from reality. That will only make things worse. Damn it. I looked over at Ashley, who had finally recovered enough strength to stand in the courtroom with the rest of us. Ash, I don't get it. To protect me, you threw yourself into danger? And look where it got you. At the foot of an execution. Ash, you're such an idiot. If you really cared about me, you wouldn't have done something so stupid. It always had to be like this. All I wanted is to protect my friends, but look what rotten trouble I get everyone into. First Silva, and now Echo. Maybe it's better like this. Echo, you don't have to worry about me anymore. Thank goodness, right? If I was in that trial, you wouldn't have budged and you might have voted Missy off instead. At least you know you can trust her. What are you saying? I thought that if I could remove a threat from this horrible game, my actions would have been all worth it. But it turns out, Cyrus was just asking for this. He was goading me and Missy on all this time. Cyrus wasn't actually the ultimate charisma or ultimate thief. What? He told me he's actually the ultimate confidential informant. Well, what the fuck is that? Zero, is this true? Yep, he worked alongside the preservation project, essentially as a data scout out in the field. He's always found himself in back alley deals and negotiations, using information to get in and out of sticky situations. As an informant, he was always a target of interest and strife. Underground groups and the like seem to have always wanted a grip on him. I told you, he's someone to be wary of. So Ashley essentially lost us the preservation project's mole? What if he had information that could have gotten us out? He did, but he would never tell. Zero's right, like I said. I tried to talk sense into him, to ask him to cooperate with us, but he was acting so odd. And as it appears, his strange behavior was all according to his plan. He was acting suspicious to invite someone into attacking him. And I completely fell for it. I thought, I might die here, and all my instincts kicked in. I needed to protect myself and keep Cyrus at bay. I wrestled the gun out of his hands. I had no intentions of killing him, but I was dazed after he shoved the soaked rag in my face and fired the gun on accident. When he collapsed, his aggressive facade faded and he laughed. He fully intended to take someone down with him. Uh-oh. Cyrus! Not a step closer, Ashley. Unless you'd like to end up like your friend Silva. Cyrus fired the gun with extreme dexterity, just scratching my face in a show of threat. What do you know about Silva? Oh, I know everything there is to know. After all, I am a thief. Financial records, personal records, etc. And I know that he's dead. And you're next. Not if I have anything to say about it. I lunged at him and closed the distance between us in less than a second. He had no time to react and I was able to pin him to the wall, wresting the gun out of his hands. Despite Missy telling me he was in an odd state of mind, I still needed to be cautious of his actions. Missy told me he's lying, so I had to trust her and act accordingly. I let the gun fall to the floor and yelled at him to stop whatever it was he was scheming. Ashley, what are you doing? If you don't kill me, I'll kill Echo for certain, just like I did Silva. Shut up! All these things showing me Silva's here. It's all a trick, isn't it? Oh, you wish it were. He then reached for a rag and bottle of alcohol he prepared, shoving the soaked rag in my face. Since he's an informant, I can imagine he knew I had a potent what? He knew this already! Because he's an informant! I can imagine he knew I had a potent alcohol allergy and used it to threaten me. I tried to resist breathing it in, but his timing got the better of me and I inhaled for a moment. This is crazy! Serious vibe check. My head was cloudy, but I still had some fight in me. I knocked the bottle out of his hand and threw him to the floor. That was when he collided with the Smokehouse Lounge kiosk, activating the voice-to-text function. What the fuck? But he wasn't the one to speak. My voice fell out and broken. Wait. Wait. Wait! What the hell? Did the game break? Oh no! Oh wait, we're good? Oh, I guess we're good. Alright, it didn't break. It was about to break though. I was about to scream. I won't let you kill Echo. I was in a daze. My knees buckled and my head began to ache. In the midst of my fog, I saw him on his back, reaching for the gun. I rushed to get out of his reach, but when I grabbed it, I accidentally fired it. Ooh. Shooting Cyrus in the chest. She did it by accident. What I tell you, this was gonna be a chapter 3, some bullshit. The gunshot effect. He gasped. But soon after, he just chuckled and let out an immense sigh of relief. Thank you for helping me. What on earth are you talking about? I can be myself. Actually, I'm not a thief, nor am I some sort of charismatic being. I've been deceiving you all because I didn't want anyone relying on me and my vexing talent. I'm called the ultimate confidential informant. A disgusting, walking hub of dark information that feeds all sorts of underground dealings and strifes. One of those underground organizations was the Preservation Project. I have been an informant of the project for a few months as an observer, but I've seen the horrors behind the facade of protecting ultimate students. Despite the grandeur that came with the talent title I was given, I couldn't disagree more with it. I should really be called the ultimate negotiator. I only got this second lease on life when I decided to turn information into a currency in order to protect myself. I despise the underhanded ways of humanity, the things people did to get the upper hand on others, but I traded information so I could live. I'm no different. Ashley, don't you wonder how Echo's ankle was healed when we arrived? The Preservation Project accepts students on a sign-up basis. The ultimate students that sign up, of course, want to tell our other ultimate student friends, much like you told Silva. My friend, the ultimate paramedic. Oh my god! She wanted to go to the Preservation Project, but my nature as the ultimate confidential informant puts me in haphazard situations. I couldn't tell her about my relation to the project, otherwise I would be threatened. I just expressed my false interest along with her, and my fate was sealed. She was supposed to be on the class roster for this game. I knew that I had to step in. I subbed in Echo in her place. What? It was an amazing coincidence that she and Echo went to the same school. No one suspected a thing. What the fuck? When the group went to capture you that evening, you and Echo just had dinner, right? Well, after you exited their car and started toward your house, Echo collided with a tree. Our capture group, which included my paramedic friend, rushed out to our vehicle to help Echo. He was always like that, running headfirst to the aid of anyone and everyone. It's just her nature. I couldn't let Alara into this evil game. The project. It's a cruel experiment, all for the sake of the future. Well, what the fuck? So he really didn't belong in this game. Cyrus coughed and gasped. All I could do was listen. Listen and cry. I was confused. I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Instead, I carefully went to his side and tried to apply pressure to the gunshot wound. I tried to stop the bleeding, but it was too late. He already lost so much blood. And despite my efforts, he weakly pushed my hands away. But look what I've done. It's funny, we're the same. You just wanted to protect Echo, and yet I've made you do a horrible thing. And now, our friends have no one to turn to. I thought I had immunity from the game, but when Zero called me out for my cover talent, I knew something was wrong. It's all wrong. This whole game is all wrong. You might hate me for this, but I did Silva a favor. I removed him from this heartless game you're all playing. He and the other 5 students, they're far, far away from the evil of this place. I want to think I spared them. And you helped me out of this game as well. And then Cyrus fell silent. What the hell? Echo, after I shot him, I knew immediately what terrible fate I found myself in. I fled the scene, leaving it a mess because I knew it would be pointless to conceal the truth. I need you to come to this conclusion on your own. I know what you're thinking, but please don't hate me. I did it all for you. You need to move forward from this. I need you to. Oh, that's so sweet. But too bad for you. That sickly sweet sentimentalism isn't going to save you from your execution, missy. Murder is murder. What's the thing you say? Oh, there's no gray area around it. No, wait. There's no stopping this freight train of despair, Echo. You are among the ones who sealed her fate after all. So sit back and enjoy the show. No! Oh no, I want to skip it because it's Ashley. Before I could react. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. Before I could react, rope shot out of nowhere, binding Ashley's arms and dragging her from the courtroom. Once again, a grim display was projected to the ceiling of the courtroom, showing us Ashley tied to a tall post. A set of mechanical arms produced a horseshoe and began to swing it like a pendulum, eventually pitching it into the air after enough momentum. The horseshoe struck Ashley's legs with a sharp metal sound. The arm gradually continued to pitch horseshoes at Ashley, battering her legs until they were bleeding. The arms continued to pitch horseshoes more quickly at Ashley, striking her arms and torso until the rope binding her had been shredded completely. Her body collapsed from the post and her legs gave out underneath her. I saw her wounded visage, a face pleading for help. A final horseshoe was pitched in. Snapped her neck. These games don't fail to hurt me every time. I could feel the life drain from my body. Before Ashley's untimely end, she suffered beating after beating from a series of horseshoes. There was nothing but pain during her last moments. The pain that destroyed her body, and the pain that stung her in her heart. Bye, Yoshi. Ooh, it's so satisfying building up all this hope and cheer to eventually strike it down with a decisive kill. It's a little boring though, you people killing for defensive reasons. We didn't even give a motive, which was a bit of a curveball, but interesting that a murder occurred nonetheless. Well, I mean, suppose I did put Cyrus on blast for conniving with the Preservation Project group. He got in the way of the game after all, so I guess it was beneficial for me in the end. It was all so disturbing. I was sick to my stomach. None of us had anything to say. Yet in my depths of devastation, I heard Eve's voice whisper my name. Echo. Please keep the memory of your friends close to you. It hurts. I don't want to remember. I don't want to forget my burdens. Night, Roku. Night, Dabi. I want an empty head. I promise I'm on your side. As I nursed Ashley back to health, she kept asking out loud, is Echo okay? Is Echo okay? She cared for you until her last breath. Don't think for a second she didn't put everything on the line for you. But why me? I'm sorry, but I really can't say what she was thinking except Ashley, without a doubt, cared for you deeply. I know it hurts, but cling to the memories. Really? That's all you have this time, Eve? Some empty sentimentalism? You know, Eve claims to be on your side, but look what she did. Why not just leave Ashley to die of alcohol poisoning, Eve? Oh, I know why. Because you love reveling in the despair, too. She nursed Ashley back to health so I could kill her. Why is he an asshole? Why is he an asshole right now? Ashley returned to us, only to be cruelly beaten to death. That moment, that shred of relief, it was so quickly quashed. It was so quickly mutilated into twisted dark feelings. How pathetic. You'll never end the game like this. You'll fail once more. Despair will triumph over hope yet again, Eve. And it's all your fault. Zero and Eve are warped away and the courtroom is engulfed in silent darkness once again. Echo. Missy's voice was a whisper. She laid a gentle hand on my shoulder. Hey, let's get you out of here. I aimlessly let Missy lead me out of the courtroom. Everyone else filtered out of the courtroom at their own pace as well, dissolving into their own individual lost thoughts for the evening. Without a single word, Missy led me down the living quarters hall to my personal room. Before I entered, Ken stopped me out of nowhere. Ahem. I know that was hard for you, Echo. But, here, just take this. Ken handed me a photograph. Is it of Ashley? Aww. It was the photo the students got in the atrium. Everyone was in the photo except me and Cannon. I took this photo on the first day. It was after the first Killing Game announcement. After the Killing Game announcement? Oh, that's right. I went to my personal room after declining Ashley's invitation to use the spa lounge with Pandora. Art insisted that I work my magic and take a photo of the group since we'd be staying together as friends in this mansion. Despite that awful announcement, he still wanted to take a neat, pleasant picture. I'm a little embarrassed of it. I don't often photograph groups, but I hope this helps ease your pain. Why would you show me this? Aww. That's sad. What do you mean? I don't want to see this. This idyllic scene of our friends who couldn't be with us anymore? The killings are too vivid in my mind for me to believe a simple photograph. I hate this. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. Cannon tears the photo in half. Happy? Cannon huffs and sulks off, her footsteps heavy on the carpet. Missy picks up the pieces of the photograph. That was awfully cold of you, Echo. I mumbled. What do you want me to do? I have nothing to offer the world as an ultimate. I can't do anything. I feel like I lost myself in that trial. I had to detach myself from the people I care about. Why can't we have Lyle as the protagonist right now? For real. For what? The truth? Shit. Missy. It was her fault the gun was introduced to the group. It was her fault the gun fell into the wrong hands. Her fault I lost Ashley. Bro, he's about to kill somebody, bro. I buried my head in my hands. Missy sighed softly. You know, I had a very particular goal in mind when revealing the gun. I had many strategies and reactions to all sorts of potential fallouts, but it was never my intention to get Ashley executed. Some tactician I am, right? Chaotic, for real. Can we give Echo a Snickers bar for real? Some tactician I am, right? As it turns out, I failed to factor in Ashley's unwavering affection to her friends. I am truly, sincerely sorry. My apologies and thoughts and regrets are beyond words, Echo. Missy tried to confront me with a hand on my shoulder, but I just shrugged it away. I went to my personal room. I sat on the bed. I sat and I cried. Oh, her and Ashley, they did a horrible thing for their friends. When pressed, the two of them only thought to protect the ones important to them. What an interesting concept. It's completely idiotic though. They disregarded their lives for someone else. Selfless and stupid is what they were. Selflessness gets you nothing in return. In a game like this, you have to be selfish and act in self-preservation. Always look out for number one. Number one, number one, number one. 101? Oh. Computer language. Coding. Who's talking in coding? Hello? Binary. Is this man a robot? Chapter 2 end.
Danganronpa.
I should have probably screenshotted that, huh? But that's why we have a stream. I can go back and screenshot it. Wow. That was crazy. That was very crazy. So, let's go ahead and give Cynthia a little bit of a review. We played the first chapter in the last stream. I think there was a lot of mixed feelings of the first chapter. Some of us liked it, some of us didn't. I would have to say this chapter is definitely a step up above, just in the whole writing scene, everything I think was really good. I kind of wish maybe in the future, maybe somebody could animate or help her animate like some of these executions. That'd be really cool. So if anybody out there could help her out and they're pretty good at doing that, help her out with like the executions and such. That'd be really cool to get like some animated stuff going on, because I've seen some fan games have the executions. So maybe someone out there can help her. I would really love to see these executions animated. But I feel like other than the executions not being animated, which isn't really her fault, you know what I mean? We're not all like fucking whiz kids and shit. If this is developed by one person. This was a great chapter. The writing was on par with Danganronpa, I'd have to say. But yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun chapter. I liked it. This was a fun one. Leaving the gun on was stupid, and I think the daily life could have been longer, but I've never seen something like that when everyone argued against Echo before. That was cool, yeah. I think another criticism that I have of this game is there is no daily life, really. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool if we could do what we do in Danganronpa and actually like choose who to hang out with, but that would be like so much coding, and that would probably be a lot more writing and things like that. It's only made by one person, and I don't expect her to do all of that, so that's just like a small criticism, and I'm not gonna give her like a minus for that at all. This is a great game. I love it. Danganronpa Lapse is really cool, but yeah, I can forgive that. I can forgive that. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I think people forget that this is made by one person. Like, she can't do it all. And it would take forever for her to release chapters. Worst chapter? Probably because Ashley died, huh? But I love the story and I love the writing. So far. I love it. Cynthia, you have done great. Now, like I said earlier in the stream, if you guys want to check her out, all of her stuff's in the description. Please check her out. Please help her out. There's a link down there. You can buy her coffee. This is a non-profit game. She's not making any money off of this whatsoever. So any little bit that she can get, go ahead and, you know, I think right now the coffee is like $3. I donated her like $3. And, you know, I just wanted to get that little, she gives you a little like phone wallpaper, which was pretty cool. And I have it on my phone and I love it. So with that being said, all of that's done. What we are going to do though, pretty soon, is Danganronpa F Shattered Hope has a demo for like a side game. And the side game has ice cream in it. So I'll probably play the demo for that. I haven't seen it at all. I've just heard about it because somebody said there's ice cream in it, and I was like, ice cream, what the fuck? So we will play that next time around. Not next stream, but sometime this week probably. Other than that, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'll probably stream in the next couple of days. I would say Wednesday. I'd have to say like Wednesday. I can't do it tomorrow, but Wednesday. Wait, what's Tuesday? Oh, today's Sunday. Hold up. I'll stream on Tuesday then, not Wednesday. Actually, I'll stream Tuesday and Wednesday because I'm off on Wednesday and I come home early on Tuesday, so we're good. Wait, will you get ice cream through the computer? That'd be fucking amazing. I hope so. I checked the binary and it won't translate. Aw. I got Tuesday off. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I have midterms, so me have to study hard. Sorry. Let's go back and see what would happen if you don't trust Misty. I think we'll do that another day. I'm tired. That was like 3 hours of me talking. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night. I really appreciate all of you guys coming to the stream. Support Cynthia out here. I'm glad you guys gave her like a little review. She really appreciated it last time. She wrote like a huge Twitter message to me a few days ago, and she really appreciated everybody checking out her stuff. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it also, along with her. So much love. Have a great day tomorrow. I know tomorrow's probably day off of school for everyone, so have an amazing day there. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.
Hope will never die.
Without ever forget what they did.